Oh, wow, that was quick. That was the quickest 30 seconds of my life, apparently. Okay, so that's good. All right. I guess next time we'll just definitely stick with doing a minute because apparently I need a minute to send links to people. Anywho, welcome everyone to Random Stream on a Friday. Let me bring up my trusty 8,000-year-old tablet. No, I don't want to watch a chiropractor video. Thanks for asking. Come on, tablet. Let's not play this game today. All right. So we're going to play a video from people in court. If you're not subscribed to them, go ahead and go do that because they're dope. All right, there we go. And we're good to go now, thankfully. Yeah, what took me so long was the Red Wings game was going very badly for the Red Wings. We were up 5-1 in the first period, and then we let them come back and take the lead. And then we tied it, and then we went to overtime, and then we couldn't win in overtime, and we had to go to the shootout. It was a whole thing. We finally won. So it was 7-6. 18 people here randomly on December 22nd at 10 p.m. I'm okay with that. Get a bigger hammer. There's so many videos that I want to talk about that happened today, but I think one got taken down. One got taken down, and the other one just happened, and I'm pretty sure everyone was watching. It was the Fake Mike Real News on Frauder to Trolls page. Ooh, it looks like they may have taken. You know what, Tats? So, David, what I'm being told, because apparently that's an older video, Dr. Hood, Doctor, oh my God. Anyway, the person that I got it from, it did it last year, like it's a year old, but apparently it's much older than that. Apparently, the guy was trying to get into the jewelry cases and got caught, and that's why they were freaking out. Oh God, yeah. So basically, I don't know if they're actually gonna. Oh God. So we're gonna watch a video, troll auditing the trolls, um, and then we're gonna get into the court video, which is literally a court in a family court judge versus a guy that acts like a child that may be a crazy person. Actually, you know what? We'll watch that video first, and then I'll figure out this other video. Oh boy, yeah, this stream is not exactly turning out the way I wanted to already. I'm already losing my mind. All right, so let's watch this video. Happy holidays. Yeah, I'm excited. And by excited I mean I'm ready to rest. I get a good 2 weeks off. All right. I sent it to Navy Text, so hopefully he shows up at some point. But yeah, so this is going to be a crazy guy. I skipped 44 seconds because it's basically like a good clip followed by an intro. I just skipped all that to not give away any good bits. You know what would really be helpful is if I screen shared this. I imagine you guys would probably enjoy that. I got some really, 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 really not authentic eggnog from Kroger. Question: anyone knows what's going on with YouTube shutting down judges' courts? They shouldn't be shutting down judges' courts. I know judges have been shutting down their courts now that they're open, but I didn't know YouTube was doing anything. All right, here we go.
Sir?
Your Honor.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. How about sitting down somewhere?
Sorry, I'm at the middle. Yep. Sorry about that.
This is case 173580 DC, Ventra versus Pegudra. Both parties present via Zoom. This is plaintiff mother's motion regarding parenting time, wants supervised parenting time. She isn't sure where the father lives anymore and is saying kind of some odd stuff to her. Like the end is near and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, shit.
Final custody order.
Well, that's interesting. So they got shut down from the old porn bomb. She got hacked. Imagine hacking a government, like a judge's YouTube page. I can't see anything bad coming from that. Well, that explains why that got shut down. Yeah, that's a solid reason. God, that's so sad. I mean, at the end of the day, this is how I feel about that. I feel like if her page got taken down, it has to, like, what did you say, Scooter McGee? Oh, shit, my bad. I didn't see that. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know that it was as old as it was. I thought it was only a year old and nobody had seen it. But apparently the male, the Mario of the Mario and Yoshi team, apparently he was going behind the counters. I just said Macy's because I thought it was funny. I don't know if it was actually Macy's. It just looked like a generic JCPenney, Macy, random mall store. But apparently he was getting behind the counters and trying to get into the jewelry containers. And that's why he was ultimately hemmed up. I believe somebody said he was arrested. But this is the problem dealing with like the Moors. Sovereign citizens, not so much, because they're neither one of them do the best at hiding their identity, but it's harder to find information on Bricked Up El Bay, because both of those names are fake, than Stephen of the family Johnson, where his name's really Stephen Johnson. Yeah, it was a robbery. Yeah. More videos are normally like one-offs. There's not very many more channels that like continuously put out content because of shit like that. It's not. It just. So this is how I feel about court being on YouTube. I think it's a great tool because at the grand scheme of things, see Macy's and JCPenney. Yeah, I just took a shotgun to random stores that I know. I haven't been to the mall in years because I hate people. But Drew Coleman, this is the way I look at court being on YouTube was. Look how many more people are watching court than. Here, hold on 1 second. But yeah, if God, I'm losing my brain right now. More people are watching court and actually caring about what happens in court, and I feel like it's kind of something that they weren't getting by just having the court open. Okay, but that's a year plus case and no search behind the scenes. What happens with the dependents? What happened with the dependents? I only saw the two people in the video, the male and the female. So, okay, so this is what I know of those people. So I know it was a robbery. He was trying to get in the jewelry containers, and then some comment was they recorded themselves eating their child's placenta. That's the only thing I know about these two people. Yeah, it provides transparency. It's kind of, Yeah, that's the best way you can put it. It's getting more eyes on the court. It's really hard to say, let's take all these sovereign citizens that keep showing up to court. They're going to come away with the story, oh, the judge was mean, the judge was rude, the judge wouldn't answer my questions. And on second thought, that sounds well and good. So some people may be like, oh, maybe he's right, blah, blah, blah. But then you watch it and then you realize he's just asking the same question over and over and over again that has no relevance to his case. It's a lot harder to be, it's a lot easier to be transparent when it's literally available on YouTube. Yeah, it's got to be a super headache for no extra pay. I mean, yes and no. People start understanding the process. I just have a problem with, it's so weird. I have a problem with some of them recording in court. Not so much like courts recording, because I feel like it gives a better record. But like, let's say Chili gets his court recording. Chili's going to cut it and randomly add commentary about, oh, the random person was giving me side eye when I was talking, blah, blah, blah. And then cut all the parts that makes him look bad. I don't like, as you know, I do very little editing of the actual video because I think context matters, where sovereign citizen and auditors don't give two shits about context. They're just there to get views. Oh, and yes, this is wine. I'm trying to better myself. A court recording by the court will make sure to censor all things that are private. Yeah. Again, Scooter, it's extremely difficult to find information on people who, in their video, give no identifiable information. Again, when they call themselves, I don't even remember what it was, but it's like hot shit El Bay, turns out isn't on their driver's license. So even if they were to be arrested, I couldn't search a name to look it up because hot shit El Bay isn't the name that they would be booked under. And more than likely, it's like, again, Steve Jobs or Steve Johnson is what their name is, and they're going to be called hot shit El Bay. All right, let's get back to this video.
In this case, back in 2017, gave physical custody to mom, parenting time to dad every other weekend and Wednesdays and Thursdays. Since then, father's been to prison, got out, I don't know when. And she would like to change the parenting time order. Does that pretty much say what you want, ma'am?
Yes, correct, Your Honor.
All right, what's your response, sir, wherever you are?
Yeah, I didn't hear the beginning, so I'm not really quite sure what the parent.
Where are you? I mean, yes. How about?
Oh God, David, I could talk about this all day. I could talk about this all day. So my channel is under comedy because I think this shit is funny. But they're always saying, "Oh, I'm trying to gather content for our story. I'm an independent journalist. Oh, I run a small news organization that on YouTube, blah, blah, blah." And that's not what they're doing. Like, most of them just show up, harass people, and then go, "Why am I being arrested?" And it's like, really? I feel like that's why content on this end is getting slow, because so many of these other people are fraudsters are starting to realize like what they're doing is against the law. Like, there's so many times that you can get charged and convicted, and your friends can get charged and convicted for doing the same thing before you go, "Oh yeah, COVID's over. We actually get held accountable now."
Me being able to see you and you standing still for a minute.
I can't hear you, sir. I'm putting the phone up to my ear.
Well, then get a better connection.
Get a better connection.
It's not a connection. It's the volume, sir.
Well, turn your volume up.
It's all the way up. It's not very loud.
Well, every time I talk, you answer me, so I hear it. They must hear me. What's your response to the motion?
I didn't hear what the details of the motion were.
You got the motion. What?
I didn't get the motion because it was returned to sender 3 or 4 times. I wasn't able to even open it up.
How was it returned to sender, ma'am?
I never received the packet back.
How do you know it was returned to sender if you didn't?
Because I called the FOC and they told me that was I kept calling them and asking them, you know, when this motion was going to come in the mail, and they said they sent it out, and then I kept calling and they said, oh, they sent it back to us, and it said that the address was no good.
How would you know there was a motion? Did mom tell you? Did Miss Ventra?
No, I called and I just checked in.
You called and just called the friend of the court and said, hey, do I have any motions against me?
Well, we had a discrepancy about the parenting time, and I kind of had assumed that it was headed in this direction, sir. It wasn't just a wild guess.
You sit on a throne of lies.
She's asking for supervised parenting time. What's your response?
I think that's ridiculous. I'm not going to agree to that at all.
Didn't ask you to. She's asking me to order it.
I don't think that's necessary. I have nothing on me, or I have done nothing wrong, and that would result in any sort of, you know.
When was the last time you saw your child?
Yesterday.
Your Honor, he saw him for a couple hours or for a couple minutes, and before that it was a week or 2 ago.
Did you send the child with him?
Yesterday he went to my mom's house to see him for a couple minutes, and then
So let's just put this out there now, because we've all been watching court cases like this for 3 years now, I feel like, since they all started going on YouTube. Stop having kids with dipshits. And yes, it goes both ways. Like, there's so many cases where mom's a decent like seeming person and the dad's a shitbag, and vice versa, where the mom seems like a terrible shitbag and the dad seems like an okay guy. It's like, stop having kids with shit people.
last week he said
he was sick, so I couldn't take him. That's the only reason I didn't take him.
Let me get an answer from her before I get something from you. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, he said that he was sick last week, so that's why he couldn't pick him up. So it's been about 2 weeks since he's picked them up since.
And where's he been visiting with the child since then?
That's the thing. I don't know. When I took him last time,
Sir, she puts a tracker on him. It's an Apple Air thing.
You know, when I want to hear from you, I will ask you. I'm getting her side first, and then I'll get your side.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm not sure. He sometimes comes with his sister and they stay at his house. The last time I had to take him to a hotel that he was staying at in Coopersville. But when I asked him the other day where he was staying at, he told me that he didn't have to tell me. When I went to the FD to file this motion, I told him that I didn't know where he lived. When I looked his address up, it told me that he lived in Mel Trotter. So they told me to go to the second floor and to look up to ask him for the last address that he lived at, which was the Fillmore address, which is the address that we lived at before he went into jail or prison. So I don't know where he's staying at. I don't know where he's taking him at. My son tells me that when he goes with him, they're either at the park or at a pool or at his aunt's house or his uncle's house or another uncle's house.
Sir, where do you live?
Right now, I'm currently staying with a friend. Again, it's just kind of been trying to figure out. I'm supposed to be leaving to Texas in a couple of days here because I just got a job offer out there. So I've been trying to wait out till I heard back from that, and that's kind of
So then you're headed to Texas?
Yeah, but it will be just for 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off because, you know, I'll be commuting back and forth. So.
And where are you going to live?
I live on well, it's an oil field position, so we live on the rig, and then wherever location is, we live there for 14 days, and then come back. So
I need some place where your son is going to visit that's a stable, not just at a friend's house somewhere.
No, I understand that. Yep, it's completely acceptable, but it hasn't been like I primarily take him as much as I can, but we're usually out and about just because I know he's cooped up in the house all week at his mom's. I just figured let's go do stuff, and it's really usually not all that bad. But I mean, she sounds like she's pretty concerned. So if she wants to sounds like she wants to take him right away from me. If that's her goal, I don't know why it would be her goal to take him from me, but I guess that's up to you, sir. I mean, quite frankly, I don't see on paper what I'm doing wrong, other than it's a little unstable with the finances and with the.
You're a little unstable with where you're taking your child and stuff. You don't take a child and just kind of go and have a place here and a place there. I don't have a problem with you visiting with your child, but needs to have something. And now if you're going to be gone for 2 weeks and back for 2 weeks, and what are you going to do? I mean, how long is it going to take you to drive back and forth? When are you going to have time for your child?
Sir, I don't know. I was unaware that it was this rocky, but she likes to paint quite the picture. So I guess I'm a little taken off guard. I mean, we don't even communicate a whole lot to the point where, I even know her opinion or stances on some of the things. So, she just abruptly asked me where I'm living, and I just happen to be moving in between homes, or, just the way it's kind of been going in Michigan lately.
So what's your parenting time supposed to be?
Right now, it's pretty minimal. It's for the while there, it was actually just every weekend, and I could stop by her mom's because she drops them off at her mom's, and I usually would just stop by and just hang out with them there for a little bit, because he doesn't like to leave, or he's very attached, which is fine. I usually try to just hang out with them and spend a little time with them.
So you want him to drop off the child to her mom's when?
I mean, if she wants to do supervised visits, I really don't even know how that's going to work. She doesn't like me at all. With all due respect, we don't necessarily get along. She likes to be very aggressive, and I'm almost threatened every other time just for, trying to surprise my son and say, hey, how's it going, buddy? And it's like, what are you doing? Why didn't you tell me before you get...
Okay, yes. It turns out when custody issues arise like this, yeah, I can understand why the mother would get mad if the father just randomly popped up in a place that he wasn't supposed to be and didn't call ahead to make sure he could come over. So yes, I can completely understand with the mother going, why are you here? What are you doing? You can't just surprise your son or your child randomly at the mother's house or the grandmother's house. That's not how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi. I didn't think it was a big deal, and she claims to call the cops, and it's like, I don't even know what I do to the extent for her to be like that, but that's fine. If she wants to watch me hang out with my son, that'd be fine. I don't know why she'd want to, or she wants someone to. That wouldn't be a good experience for anybody. But again, he'll grow up one day. He'll figure it out.
And does your mom be willing to watch?
This is the broken system, broken trust. That's what it seems like, Drew. Yeah, that showing up randomly at a house you don't belong at is kind of a sketchy thing to me. But yeah, what this guy just did was the broken system, broken trust approach to, I'm not getting my way in child custody because I'm a piece of shit. And then he just says, well, they'll grow up one day. And all of the, God, this is going to be so annoying for me to talk about because of the whole father's rights movement, which in the grand scheme of things seems like a great idea. But You have people that are shit fathers jumping into it and be like, oh, I don't get to see my kid, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, because you're a bum that's a domestic abuser and that's in and out of jail. Like, why would you think you deserve your child? You're not trying to change in any way to better yourself. Why? And I bet this guy, I know Josh, Broken System, Broken Trust is, they're big into that stuff. They buy into it. And they're like, I don't understand the disconnect. If you're a shit person and choose to do everything else other than be part of your kid's life, your child's going to remember that when they're 18 and go, oh, shit. Like in Broken System, Broken Trust case, oh, shit. You chose breaking the law on social media over your kids. Yeah, I don't care about you. That's what's going to happen. But for some reason, all of these shit dads think, oh, my God, Gregory, hold that thought. But yeah, all these dads are like, oh, they'll come back to me when they're 18, blah, blah, blah. More than likely, they'll already have a stepdad that treated them much better than their real dad, and they'll stick with that person. Like, sorry. Michael McDonald was a big member of the Veterans in Politics movement in Nevada, and he was a shit show. Which one was Michael McDonald? Is that the one that was on Our Nevada Judges for the longest time?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry?
Is your mom willing to have him come over for a couple hours?
Yeah, my son gets out of school and she's the one who helps me pick him up from school. So that's why he was going to my parents' house to see him there. And then the reason that he was talking about surprising him is he went to the school to try to take him out of school, and it was the school that actually called the cops because he wasn't supposed to be there.
Call the police. Lying. Didn't call the police. They said literally a lot of. Wow, man, that's unreal.
His ID, and they found out he's an offender, and they told him he couldn't be there. So they were the ones that called.
Also, God, this guy has so much in common with Josh. As you guys know, the domestic abuser dads will always say their kid, once grown up, will, yeah. Oh, God. You're like hitting it on the head. I try to show it as much as I can without turning my audience off of content. But yeah, he's big into the parental alienation zone, where he has been on channels about parental alienation. He came on live streams talking about, oh, I'm parentally alienated from my daughter, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you're not. Like, you're a piece of shit. Like, that's why. But yeah, they get real big into the alienation thing too. And it's like, oh, I'm not even a terrible person. I was just blah, blah, blah. The person on the other side was just turning my child against me. And it's like, it seems like everybody's against you because you're a garbage person. Also, he went to the kid's school to try to pull him out when he's not supposed to. That's a huge red flag. Again, Broken System, Broken Trust went to go do, hey, Weapons 175, you on up too? But yeah, he went to the kid's school, got trespassed from the kid's school because of what he's done, he couldn't get on the property technically. So they're like, you got to go. And then it happens that he like lost custody of his kid like a few days later. So it's like, come on, dude. And this guy seems right up the alley with that too.
Call the cops. It wasn't me. And then the second time that he went, he was already told by the principal that he couldn't go to the school. And he still went again to try to take out our son. Even though I wasn't
told by anybody. I was actually told that I had to bring a birth certificate and proof that I have some sort of custody with agreement from the court, and that I could have took him out of school. That's what I was told by that same secretary. She said, as long as you have his birth certificate, I have. So
you had no reason to take him out. That's the thing. It was during the day. It was
time. It was like 30 minutes before Selena, the school was about to close. It wasn't like a whole day.
He's telling me that he's broken his cell phone. I have 15 different phone numbers that he has called me from because he's breaking his cell phone. I have no way of like knowing where he's at. I have no way of knowing where my son.
My cell phone just happened.
His visit.
My cell phone will drop into a ditch. That's unreal.
Oh, there we go. Hey, bud.
What's going on, Bubba?
Not much.
Had a little fun in that Frog troll stream earlier.
I was fed up very early on.
Yep.
There was that dude in the chat talking shit, and then I left around the time when he tried to say that police officers are worse than kitty touchers and
Yep.
domestic abusers. And I
Yep.
was like, well, that's weird.
And
Here,
Selma's not the worst person in the world. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me finish this up real quick. We got 2 more minutes left. I just want to see what this dude does. Oh Lord, hold on. Smitty, welcome to channel regulars. Wow, I really need to change the name on that because that is definitely generic as shit. And Greg, thank you for the 5 memberships. We got to be up to like 500 memberships at this point.
What does my cell phone have anything to do with anything? Like, I have another one right away.
All right. You can see your son at the grandmother's house for 2 hours every Saturday from 10 o'clock till noon. All right, until further order of the court. Ma'am, you got to make sure your son is there every Saturday.
Ask you what the all that, like,
Okay,
what exactly is your
10
judgment in making it that drastic? It's like I was actually sticking to a schedule that was better for her, and now I'm being punished for it.
Because I don't know anything about where you're living, where you're going to be, how you're dealing with this. I don't know anything about it. And you just simply don't give me any information. So for right now, it will be at her mother's house from 10 till noon every Saturday. Thank you. You can come back and file something if you think it should be expanded.
Okay, that's fine.
Everybody, thank you. We're adjourned.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so that's that video. Smitty, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. Dang. Navy Texas Range, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, bud. Smitty, I think you've seen this because you're the one who sent it to me. This is one of those videos that I would not make a video on, but I would definitely show in a live stream.
I'll never understand how these idiots think that they just keep talking over everybody else, that somehow that's going to endear them to the truth, and the judge is going to be like, oh man, you just over talked me so much, you must be right, I'm going to rule in your favor, bro.
It's like the sovereign citizen thing, where it's, if I'm the loudest person in court, I'm clearly the most correct. And it's like, well, that's not how it works. Weapons, we're going to talk about, so you can share a little bit more, because I think I dipped out before he said anything about the military. But what did Fake Mike Real News say about the old military?
So Frauder Troll, for those that weren't there, was showing the video where Fake Mike Real News, Mr. Universal, CPS, and somebody else were on there calling out for auditing America, right? Because he supposedly has all these, channel members and stuff. He's got like 300 and something thousand people or whatever, makes all this money, has all these viewers, and always poor. And it turns out that he's a big of an asshole to his quote unquote friends and people that he's dating, like punching them in the face, as he is to the people that he audits. And so while they were there, Fake Mike Real News was in the audience and wanted to jump up on FT's panel. And so FT's, go ahead and come on up here. And they're trying to get into it, because the one thing Fake Mike Real News loves to do is he loves to distract and deter from the actual question at hand. And so he gets up there, and Frauder Troll trying to ask him about Anselmo. He starts dipping out into the fact that he, the reason why he didn't stop hanging out with Anselmo when he found out that he was, an SAer and all this kind of stuff, was because, a lot of times the courts get it wrong, and the police only solve like 1% of the major cases, and people get put into jail for wrong reasons and stuff. So that's why he was still hanging out with Anselmo. And he gets into this. Well, then Frauder Troll brought up Fake Mike Real News, which I call him Fake Mike Real Douchebag, his view on the military and the police. And he literally said the cops are the worst people ever. Like all cops, just period, hands down, all cops, right? Mm-hmm. And that they were worse than kitty diddlers and people that do things without other people's permission. And
Good.
then he went to the military thing, and he said that everyone who has been serving in the military, who has gone to war as part of the military after World War II, is a war criminal. And the reason why the government is able to get away with breaking our constitutional rights is because of the military and the police. And so that's the reason why he gets hammed up and goes to jail all the time, is because, you know, these people get to spy on us, this agency and this agency, they're all war criminals and stuff. What they should do, and he literally said this, he said, what everyone who's active duty should do was, you know, they tell them they got to go over to this war or whatever. They should say, I'm not going, and then sue the government. That literally came out of his fucking talking hole. And
That's a quick way to get kicked out.
Yeah, yeah. Or you get a good Article 15 in a court martial and sent to Leavenworth. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. They can come after you for breach of contract and everything. And so
I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm pretty sure, I think his name's Will Turpett.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Will is 50,000 times worse than me. And I was in law enforcement and in the military.
Well, and that's my thing, right?
It's like
go ahead.
No, he's just never going to admit that fact.
Well, I think, honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. And I think this is with a lot of these auditors, right? I used to think that it was just because they got pulled over by the cops and stuff, because he talked about in here, like.
Say what? Oh, no. Oh, no. Where did you go? I have no idea what we're talking about. Oh, no. Did we have a technical difficulty? Or it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. We are never free because of taxes. I mean, you're not wrong. If you guys know KFARR, you know that KFARR isn't the biggest fan of taxes. Let's try this again. Yeah, see, I wasn't muted this time. Chat, I wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
But he was so he just kept on, man. I was like, oh, I was this tempted to hit Fraud Control and be like, bring me up on the panel. But I was too pissed at the time. Thankfully enough, I was at the gym when I was listening to this, and I was able to refocus that anger into just more weight, because oh my God. I even sent a $5 chat and said, fuck this. Like, I can't sit around here and listen to him like degrade my brothers and sisters and people that didn't come back or got hurt or whatever, calling them all war criminals and stuff, bro. You want a war crime? I'm not gonna say it. Sorry.
That's right. I don't understand.
Yeah. So this is what these guys do. But I think that honestly, these guys, what's the problem is they're jealous. They're fucking jealous. They can't become cops. They couldn't join the military, right? And so instead of like, you know, being like, oh, well, I couldn't do this, I'm going to support from the sidelines, they just automatically have to find out that they,
yeah, they try to come up with.
Become. And I think that's what it is with Whiskboy.
I agree. It seems like they, like you said, instead of trying to support them by doing what they can, they try to come up with every single excuse of why they're bad, and that's why they couldn't join. And it's like, okay.
Yep. I think it's just jealousy. Honestly, it's just jealousy, because the thing is, like, they're mad because no one's supporting them. And what I mean is, like, you know, okay, so you have these channels, like in Selma's channel, you get all these people. He doesn't. His channel is crap, right? Like, it's horrible, right? He's not funny. He's not a good investigator. He doesn't question any, like, he's not good at investigating people. Like, yelling at a politician from a distance.
His whole thing is his whole thing is based off of I have a whisk and I pretend it's a microphone. Talk to me. And it's like, that's not going to make me talk to you. It's going to make me think you have something mentally wrong with you.
Well, and it would be a good way to do things if you're my 6-year-old nephew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's like a 30-year-old dude, right? And who throws.
Oh no. Did it happen again? How you doing, bud? Weapons, are you there too? Is everybody muting around me? Or is it me? No, doesn't look like it's me. Can everyone in chat hear me? I'm hoping everyone can hear me. If not, we're going to have some problems. It says everybody's good to go on the on my tablet. Dear Lord. Okay, good. So it's not me. Terrific. JCAR for 5 doll hairs. They are bitter. Oh, they are bitter boys who have always envied police and military. He's delusional. No, not scrolling up enough. My father and son are not war criminals. Yeah, it's really weird. Technical issues. I'm glad I'm the one not having technical issues for the first time ever.
I saw weapons. Did he have to bounce down too?
Yeah, he's having technical difficulties as well. One of the few good things Kate from was out. Fake Mike. Yeah. My whole thing is all these people have channels that are so big, but yet seem to be so broke and living on people's couches.
That was the crazy part, right? It was because like Anselmo, who's like, like I said, he has like 300,000 subs or whatever. He's making something from YouTube. Is broke, like broke. Couldn't even pay his like rent because he blew it on something. It was $600.
I have 11,500 subscribers, and I could afford that.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
I mean, I don't know Mr. Universal, but from the way you're talking, like at least he like takes care of his family, I guess. So, props on
Because
that.
Mr. Universal, from what so I used to go at all three of them pretty hard, like at the beginning, because I didn't like Mr. Universal. I don't like any of their gimmicks, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't like Auditing America because he's comes off like a douchebag. Fake Mike Real News comes off as a mentally ill person who carries around a whisk. And Mr. Universal was like the hard ass of the group, but then he just was not. To the point where, from what it seems like, because I kept going back to, I have a handful of people that I check on, but he was one of them, and his channel basically turned into a prank channel, or more of a prank channel. And he seems to have completely exited the auditing sphere altogether.
Good. Well, and the thing that's crazy is he kept pulling these stats out of nowhere, right? And he was like, well, that police officers or whatever are more likely to go home and like hurt their families than anybody else in the country. I'm like, well, citation, right? And even Frogger was like, well, where are you getting this from? He's like, well, it's just it's the studies that have been done. What studies? None. Yeah.
Well, you'll find that all day. They try to quote things that don't exist in reality.
For all my Army folk in here that are listening, he was pulling it out of his fourth point of contact, which is his ass.
Yeah. That shit always angers me. That's why I don't have him up on my channel.
Yeah.
Because it's not worth the, where's my drink? Dummy Kruger and Vegas VIPs. He basically wrote up his own poster 7. Spencer, I see you. But yeah, it's like you make up your own statistics to fit your narrative, and it's like, well, my Supreme Court case law says this. Your homemade Word document that misquotes. Yeah, trust me, bro. When frauditors asked to cite their sources, yes, that's exactly what it was. I was gonna play a Tats live stream, but I don't know if Tats is gonna hit me for a copyright strike. Because apparently Broken System, Broken Trust made a comment that said sending a dick pic in exchange for kitty pics and then failing to send the kitty pics should be a crime.
Oh my God, are you fucking serious?
Well, and the funny thing is that Tats put it on the screen and had the entire stream under that comment. So you could see the comment the entire time. And then he had Josh up on panel.
I don't think Tats will hit you. I don't know. Like I talked to Tats and he seems like an all right dude. So
Writing poster 7.5. Yes. Writing poster 7.1.
Was like, what's that Texas gal? Is that the one, the newer auditor from Texas, the female that keeps
Yeah.
trying to talk about commas and periods and shit?
Here's the thing. I don't ever say that I'm the smartest human being on YouTube. But when it comes to dealing with these people, I look pretty fucking intelligent. With that being said, like, well, Spencer, stick around for a little bit. You'll probably get thrown another one. We had what is it? 11 YouTube memberships so far.
Mhm. Yep.
But yeah, they none of them are that intelligent. I haven't. Rogue Nation always pulls that guy out. Oh my god, he's like a doctor, Dr. Sean Barry, I believe.
Oh god.
And it's like, okay, cool. He's a doctor. With that being said, what is he a doctor of?
Exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure a doctor of I don't know, of drama, if you will. If you went to school to be an actor and you have a doctorate in that, the law is not exactly what you're going to be knowledgeable about. And it seems like, well, he hangs out with you, George, so clearly he's not as knowledgeable as you say he is.
Well, and literally what that's called literally is an appeal to authority fallacy, right?
What's
And
funny
this-
is George actually did that to me because we were talking about it. I'm like, well, I did this for a job. I have this degree working on this degree. And he tried to come at me for that. And I'm just like, it just means that I actually spent the time to learn what I wanted to learn about. And you didn't. And then he pulled it out of his ass. Well, I know a doctor that agrees with me. And it's just like,
so
cool. Like, again, a doctor in what?
well, and where did they get? I mean, you remember like the flat earther. You remember what was his name? JM Truth. You remember JM Truth?
No.
Okay, so JM Truth was this flat earther who was this like ancient Hebrew Israelite. Like, he wasn't a Hebrew Israelite. He was just this ancient Hebrew guy. But he got his he has a master's degree of science, right? Is what he claims. And he got it from a thing called I think it was called Quicksale University. And in Quicksale University is one of those online groups. You can write your own degree plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I guess
Christo
technically,
gifted 1 membership.
Oh, there we go. Spencer got it.
For real? That's hilarious.
Yeah, for real, Spencer got it.
Well, there you go, bud.
And so, like, you can't just say I have a doctor who agrees with me. Like you said, like, even if they're a legit
Keep
PhD
talking.
or something.
I'm going to go run and check on the 3-year-old, and I can still hear you.
Okay, cool. You can have a legit PhD, but the problem is that legit PhD area of expertise is not in what the fuck you're talking about. Then it's an appeal to authority, that fallacy. And it's just so dumb. What's up, Weapons?
You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Great. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Pat, can y'all hear Weapons? Let's see if they can hear.
I'm just trying to make sure that I'm being heard. Like, you hear me.
Yeah, you're lighting up, so it looks like.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix my avatar right now. This is a whole different software platform.
Okay, they can hear you. Yeah, they can hear you.
All right, sweet. All right, continue. Press on.
No, it's just this aspect of, Rogue Nation saying, "Oh, I have a doctor that agrees with me." I know a bunch of crazy people who are actually doctors, like medical doctors, who are nuts crazy. Doesn't mean they're not doctors, but I wouldn't want to go to them. So I mean, it just depends, man. People are so stupid. The Dunning-Kruger runs high in all these groups, and it's just so crazy.
I think that's why Dummy Kruger picked that literal
Oh yeah, no. Mm-hmm.
Name. And by the way,
genius.
My guy is that's like one of the best. Why can't I change it? Okay, never mind. He's one of the best creators out there in terms of how he does his work and his research, and how he kind of he builds a story, and he does it in a very intellectually and very fun way. I love the way he does what he does.
Oh no, it's hilarious. And he's so funny. It's so
Even
funny.
his last video that was like 45 minutes long. I'm like, dude, you know, you're gonna break the algorithm with that. The algorithm's not gonna like that. It was like 44 minutes and 40 some seconds. I'm like, I don't know why you did that, but I watched the whole thing and it was very, very good.
It was
that Dick Flute from fucking New York, Afro Boy.
Yeah, Afro Boy. It was like the compilation. He did like this whole compilation because he'd gotten his third fucking conviction, right?
Yeah, and that man, I shouldn't say that.
That fire hazard.
That person, and I use that word lightly. He is a disgusting piece of humanity, and he's gonna get what he deserves. And it's a great. I don't know if anyone out there needs an example of what karma looks like. If you want to find what karma looks like, it's his situation, right there.
Well, I'll tell you this. Afro Boy is his father's son. 110%.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, and but this individual we're talking about tonight that KFARR was on about, what was he? What? Give me the backstory on this guy.
Okay, so this is Fake Mike Real News, right? He's the guy that used to go out and fraud it with Auditing America, right?
Okay.
Ass Elmo, okay?
Oh,
and
okay.
So what happened was recently he did a live where he brought up a couple of the frauditors, and they were, I guess, the friendship with Ass Elmo has ended, right? And so they decided to go and talk shit about Ass Elmo, and so Frauder Troll was covering it, and lo and behold, of course, Fake Mike comes into the chat and ends up getting up on the panel and starts talking just mad fucking shit about the cops and about the military, calling all the military members who served after World War II war criminals and all this kind of stuff. Like he just went on and on and on, and it was just, oh god. He said that cops are he leveled it this way: they're in the range of cops, kitty diddlers, and people who touch other people without their permission. The cops are the lowest, and then it goes kitty diddlers, and then it goes people that touch other people without permission.
So any person who served after World War II is a war criminal.
Anyone who like participated in any of the wars after World War II, like Korea on, right? And he said because of the fact that they were never designated wars by the wars powers and all this kind of stuff, that's why the president didn't go to Congress and ask for.
That's not how that works.
It's not.
Also, as one of those people, I kind of take offense.
I do too. I never served over in like the Middle East or whatever, but I did all the stuff I did was in campaigns to support what was going on over there, right?
I kind of take offense as I did 5 deployments in the GWOT and the Global War on Terrorism. So I'm kind of like, hey, I don't remember committing any war crimes. Maybe you think I did.
No, you're going to love this. The best part was what he said, because Frauder Troll was like, well, they're in the military. They don't have a choice, right? They signed up for the military. And he said what the military members should have done was deny the order to go or support this and then turn around and sue the government. He literally said that on stream.
We can't. Exactly. We can't do either of those things. We cannot not do it, and we can't sue the government. We're not allowed. That's not how any of that works. Like,
yep.
Dude, things that happen in the military have happened to me that in the real world, like I say real world, I should say the civilian world. If it happened to you in the civilian world, you definitely could sue somebody over.
Yep.
Hands down. No, not a question. However, you signed on the line.
Yep.
So you're in there for the win.
And there's like legit stuff, if you're in the military, legit stuff that if it is wrong, you have the right to, not do it.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you actually have the obligation.
Yeah. It's also a whole fucking process that's not easy to do, right?
Yeah, but like, for instance, like in the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice, it's like, hey, if it's an unlawful order,
Mhm.
you have the obligation to not follow the unlawful order. And if you do follow it, there could be repercussions. Like you could be in trouble for following the unlawful order.
I'll give an easy example of this, right? So if I ever, of course, I was enlisted, and so my power
So was I.
Yeah, so my power derived from my division officer and all this kind of stuff, right? But the thing is, if I gave one of my E4s or whatever, or my E2s or E3s or whatever, or E5s, in order to go wash my car, right? That is an unlawful order. You know what I mean? They do not have to follow that, and I can't get them in trouble for it. And if I do, I get in trouble, right? But if you get told to go commit, I don't know, a violation of the what is it, the not the code of conduct, right? And you get ordered to violate that, you're not allowed to do that, right? You can tell them no, and if you do take part in it, that's what you're talking about. Where if you get caught doing that, you can be in trouble as well because you knew ahead of time that this is a violation of the code of conduct in a war zone.
Yeah, to call, because, okay, so a lot of people are like, oh, well, Congress didn't declare war, so if you're conducting war activities when Congress didn't declare war, you're a war criminal. No, that's not how that works. Not at all. We have these other things called police actions. We also have this other thing called the executive privilege and the executive capability, where the president can actually use the military, meaning the president can use the military and doesn't have to have congressional approval in certain situations, right?
Yep. And you have things called peacekeeping forces that they send in. There's all different kind of things. The War Powers Act has to do with an aspect of like, I want to say a lot of it has to do with funding and the authority given to the president on what the president's allowed to do, right?
Correct. So this person is literally talking out of their ass, which
of course he
is not surprising. That's not surprising anyone here about a SOV or fraud, which in my mind, honestly, same goddamn thing, really, right?
I mean, the only thing with frauditors aren't as dangerous as actual SOVs. Now, the thing is, though, is that when it comes to people like BSBT, the line becomes no longer existent because they're both a frauditor and a SOV-tard.
Well, I don't like the term SOV-tard only because
it's just an old phrase. I
know.
So civiots or whatever they call them now, civiots.
SOV idiots.
Yeah.
Here's how I see it, right? You're looking at a part of a spectrum of stupidity, and they're all like kind of like in the same side of that spectrum of stupidity.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of it comes from this aspect, and it's the same thing with the flat earthers, right? Somebody somewhere made you feel that you were stupid or you didn't know enough, or you're upset because the cops, took something away from you, like your license or whatever, because you did it dumb. And now you're looking for anything and everything to be able to fight against that without actually having to follow the law, right? And to make them the enemy. And I'm not saying that, and we've said this on this channel, on every channel I've ever been on, we always talk about this. There are bad cops. There's gonna be bad. There's bad people in the military. There's bad people in everywhere, right? But this aspect of this like ACAB aspect is absolute horseshit.
Well, so I'm completely like oblivious to what we're talking about. For some reason, when I walked upstairs, my Bluetooth heads things get disconnected. Walked back downstairs, and they would not reconnect to save my life, so I couldn't hear anything.
I was just basically getting caught up on what was going on.
Yeah, he was helping you with the guy we're talking about, but also Bluetooth. Yeah, it has a problem with
distance.
Wood.
It has a problem with everything I just tried to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but the thing I look at when you come and if there's a video out there with me and KTZ talking about the SOV sits and the frauditors. I apologize if my face is not there on stream. I wasn't set up for this. Sorry about that, but
I like solitars.
They're pretty much on the same mental spectrum, and you're looking at the same kind of like what they're all looking for is that something extra, right?
It's that secret knowledge. The secret knowledge.
Yeah,
It's always
yeah.
secret knowledge.
It's like I have it and you don't, and I'm smart now because I know it and you don't.
Well, the one thing, so BSBT, after KFARR streamed the other night, I went over to BSBT's channel when he was talking to Juan Galt, and he's like, I've never claimed to be smarter than a lawyer. I'm like, literally, your entire life of fighting this in court is claiming that you know more than the judge, the DA, and everybody else.
Yeah,
that's his whole gimmick.
Law.
That's his whole gimmick.
That was, I was going to say, it's like, hey, KFARR, can you tell us, like, I'm sure you have more than 6 stories of them thinking that they know more than the rest of us.
Anytime Josh, he's going to say discussions. They're more like debates. Anytime he has Juan Galt on, the fact that he's debating Juan Galt, a pretty, I don't know what in military equivalent, he's a very decorated attorney.
And a former SOPSIT.
Yeah, he's like, he's got his head on straight. He's like a decorated attorney.
And
Josh
said,
yeah, he was a reform. He's a reform.
So like he knows what he knows their playbook.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like anytime Josh has the balls to even have a conversation with Juan Galt in that arena, it's Josh saying, I think I'm as smart as a decorated attorney. Anytime Josh gets on recording, we've all seen it. Anytime he talks to a judge, a prosecutor, a public defender, and tries to argue this, it's him saying, yelling to the world from the old mountaintops, I am smarter than all the people that I'm trying to have this debate with.
Yep.
But then he'll say, oh, I never claimed to be smart. And we're like, okay.
Well, a lot of people get smart, knowledge, and wisdom confused.
Yep.
Smart is
Go ahead, sorry.
No, smart is figuring shit out. Knowledge is knowing shit, and wisdom is knowing what to do.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think Josh has it either 3.
Yeah,
No.
he doesn't. Well, that's why they always say you can impart knowledge. Like I used to tell my guys this all the time. I can impart knowledge to you. I cannot impart wisdom.
Yeah, I would tell my guys, I'd be like, hey, I can tell you what to do. I can't make you smart. Like,
yeah,
I can tell you, hey, that you need to bring this cable for this launcher, but I can't make you smart enough to remember to do it.
What was the one thing I always got told? We always got told in boot. You got 2 options. You can be smart or strong. I tell you what, I was strong as fuck when I got out of boot camp.
I like what you did there. I pick up what you did there. No, but KFARR, you've been putting out some. I've been wanting to talk to you because you've been putting out some great stuff, man. Like some really good stuff.
I had to slow down. I feel like that's what's making my stuff better. I can't put out content every single day anymore. It makes everything suffer.
I don't know, chat. Put a 1 in chat if you think that his production value's gone up, because I really think it has. And I think he's found some really good gems.
Well, I try to do like what's it called today? Van Balian put out a video. And where most people would just do that video that Van Balian already put out, I just go to that person's page and try to find a new video that Van Balian didn't do that's of that guy doing something similar. And
I was going to bring
Travel Freely guy came from.
Yeah, that guy. I saw Van's video today. Oh, you're getting a lot of 1s, man. I saw Van's video today. I was like, man, I hope KFARR saw this. And I was like, that guy was extra special. He had.
I'm going to cover that video, maybe not tonight. Because I went to his page and he's like a gym bro. But like, you know those gym bros that show up to the gym, but they don't do like gym bro shit?
I saw that, like, and Van brought that up too. I was like,
I literally have it pulled up, not Van's, but like the guy's page, because he's made, I think, 2 videos.
Here's the question, though. He was working out at Planet Fitness. Do we need to tell Law Talk with Mike about this?
Yeah, so this guy's got 2 videos. Under threat of arrest, that's the video that Van did. And then the other one is 1099 step by step how to buy a car, and the rest are shorts of like an overweight guy trying to work out at the gym with goggles on, like he's Amari Stoudemire from the early 2000s. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so question for KFAR and the chat and everybody and Weapons. I don't know if you saw this. Which is worse, Jim Bro, soft sit or whatever, or the Moors that think people are trying to kill them with lasers?
the Moors with lasers.
I'm kind of convinced that is actually a prank video. The way they acted, I cannot believe.
So what I'm being told is that these people aren't like well known, but people, they may have a page or something. Apparently they were trying to steal from the jewelry counters, and that's why they were behind the counters. And it was a robbery. And like they do really weird shit where apparently they sat down and ate their kid's placenta on stream.
Oh Jesus!
What?
No, it's a thing. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Actually a thing.
Now it's not a thing. It's not a thing I would do, but it's a thing.
It is a thing. It's kind of like
so it was real. It was real. They genuinely thought people were trying to assassinate them with lasers.
Come on, no way.
It's kind of like bleaching your bunghole, right? It's just one of the things.
No, come on, no. Like, I know people are dumb. They cannot be that dumb.
Turns out when you think Morocco conquered America, you can be that dumb.
Well, and what's the phrase? The phrase is when you make something more idiot-proof, the world builds a better idiot. And welcome to it.
No, that's not true because the Chemlight still works. So that's my answer to that. But like, fuck. No. I refuse to believe that I like the idea that KFAR said is that they were acting that way in order to stage a robbery and using the Moore thing as a cover.
I've seen guys promote when I was in the flat earth community, the dude that I can't remember his name, he was a black guy from England, I think, who was promoting drinking his own urine. Like it was like one of the things he gets up and then like
Wait, no, stop. Oh God, who just put out a video? Oh my God, it was a Sovereign Citizen video that I think I saw, and the guy was talking about drinking his own piss. Oh God, what? Now I have to find it. I thought I watched it this morning. Oh God.
Drinking his own pee.
Yes, no, 100%. Not distilling it, because you know how if you're like a survivalist or whatever, you have like a distillation aspect where you can distill your urine into like good drinking water. No, literally peeing into a cup and then drinking it.
God, now I have to search for this for the fucking night.
That
Sorry, original vintage. My apologies. The original vintage. We get into the conspiracy theories, guys, and I mean,
there it is. Bama Mike did it. It's called Sovereign Citizen into Urine Therapy Gets Shut Down by Officer in the Best Way. Came out yesterday.
Okay, Bama Mike. I just found Bama Mike like the other day, and I think I subbed.
I'm gonna have to.
He throws some good shit out there, man. Like he does.
Anti-Audits does good stuff too. And then who's the other one I found the other day?
God, you guys have given me so many videos that I have to do tonight that I don't want to do. So my office is shifted. It was over here. Now I shifted my stand over here. But now that my old laptop will play with my mic, but my new one won't, I have to have both going at the same time when I go to do videos / streams. I have to like switch in between. So I have to get more shit so that I can actually do normal stuff. So I have to clear off like most of my office because I have new shit coming tomorrow.
KFAR, I'm done with this. Chat. Everybody, you still doing buy me a coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, go to Buy Me a Coffee and send this man money so we can have an actual freaking computer. Okay? Like a physical, non-folding
No,
computer.
that's the thing. The new laptop works for everything. And for some reason, when I go to use
No, you lost me at laptop.
my mic won't work with StreamYards on the new laptop, but the exact same settings and the exact same scenes from StreamYards, because it's linked with my username and password, it works just fine on the old laptop, but doesn't work on the new laptop. The new one makes me sound like, or the old one, I sound like this, and the new one, I sound like this.
Everyone, that explains why I had tech problems earlier. But
Yeah.
here's what I want you all to understand. This man needs an actual physical computer, like an actual machine sitting on his desk. This man has been grinding his ass off for years, making videos for us to enjoy, and he's been doing it on C grade equipment. Let's get him some A grade equipment. Let's get him a computer. Let's get him some a case. Let's get him one that is got a glass cover. Let's get him some fans. Let's get him a liquid cooling system. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Send this man money. Get him a computer so he's still not living in the goddamn Stone Age.
One day.
Let's have him do like a Henry Cavill stream where he builds his own computer.
Oh yeah, no. I definitely think he should have to build it. That would be the Sea Navy guy build his own computer. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how. I would just sit here and stare at the parts.
It's not hard. The hardest part is making sure you put your processor in just right so you don't bend one of the many pins. Like there's a lot. I'm
If Superman can do it, I can do it.
but like, yeah, I built my own. Sit right. I'm talking to you through it. I built it, and I'm just to what some people call a weapons monkey. So like, yeah, you can do it.
KFARR's laptop is military grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was, the stream quality would be worse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like I told everyone the other day, I'm going to limp through with these laptops for as long as humanly possible.
Oh come on.
Hey, one's brand new, and the other one's lasted me 3 years. Well, 5-ish years.
That's fine. I get that, and I'm happy for it. But I'm hoping that your wonderful chat will hook you up.
Nah. How long has it been? Oh, an hour and 13 minutes. Dear God.
Apparently, we made the original vintage toss to lunch because of what we were talking about.
Good.
So back to the original main character here, the asshole we were originally talking about. Is there more to that story?
On his channel, apparently he's done like several videos going after the military and all this kind of stuff. I haven't watched them because I can't stand. He is like a petulant child when he talks, and so it's kind of hard to listen to him. But I mean, that's really what it was. And finally, I just couldn't listen to it anymore. I guess Fraud Troll finally kicked him off because he just kept like digging at the military, and so it was just like, yeah, that was all it was. But he just like, no, they're a fucking war criminal. He doesn't understand. And that's the thing is so funny because he gets up there and he's like, I have all the proof. No one can defeat me. And it's just this aspect where he is literally the best of the best, right?
Well, a lot of people think that.
Yeah. If you have a new member, KFARR, the original vintage just became a channel regularly.
Good. Lost their lunch and then wanted more, I guess. All right. Yeah,
Well-
this guy has been around forever, and I've never seen him have
Oh, he
like
quit. Okay.
an original thought that wasn't completely in the conspiracy theory realm of thinking.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the Q guys. Honestly, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it always seems like there's a type. Because like I've been kind of digging into the flat Earth community because I think it's funny.
Oh, if you have any questions, let me know.
Oh, it's very funny.
Well, I'm in like 3 flat Earth groups on Facebook
Mm.
for reasons.
Yeah.
It's the same reason like I go and look at Josh's page from time to time. I go, huh, at least I'm not Josh. But no, like there's a type of person. It's like normally not exactly the smartest. They want to just have that like one of you guys said it earlier, like the secret knowledge
Yep.
or the
Yep.
hidden knowledge. That's just what they're there for. They just want to seem like they're smarter than everyone else by thinking like so outside the box that it's nowhere near correct.
Yeah. Like, man, I didn't know where to start with them, but the amount of stuff that they misunderstand is well global actually.
Yeah, but in what you said, like that secret knowledge thing, that's a psychological principle.
Yep.
They have this thing where they're like, oh, hey, no, I know the real thing.
Yeah, the guy who now I'm gonna say this, and that's not to talk shit about garbage men, but it's like always the people who are garbage men. You know what I mean? Or like jobs that are like, you know how you said earlier, you can either be smart or you can be strong. It's always the people that choose to like do that type of work that are like, ah, yes, I know more than every scientist that has ever lived.
Yeah, but there's more to it. There's everyone here has played video games, and we all know what psychological reward cycle means,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So if you can convince yourself that like you have that insider knowledge, every time you get to use it, right, on someone who you perceive to not have it, you get that dopamine spike, right?
Yep.
So if you're the frauditor soft type of person, you're in that headspace where you're like, oh, I know this thing that you don't know. And then you actively go out either through you slap a private license plate on your car and drive around pretending like you're not going to get in trouble for that. Or you go into a courthouse and be like, no, I can definitely film in here. And they're like, and every single security and law enforcement person is like, no,
It's,
no,
that's
no,
the
you
thing that
can't.
kills me.
They think that they're like, they get this little dopamine spike because they're like, oh, well, no, I know, and only I and people in my little clique know that that's actually how it works. And that's where it comes from, okay? It comes from the psychology. It's all ingrained in the psychology. And a lot of people need to get it, especially law enforcement, they need to know that it's down in there. And I think in Van Ballien's video, the cops in that video, I think that video shows the cops they're catching on, and
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, these guys, they got this thing where they think that they know all this cool stuff, and they're going to be, they think they're going to one up us with all this information, and they've been taught finally after all these years, yeah, just freaking ignore them and just kick them out of their car and take their car.
Well, it's like what's it called? I'm drawing a blank on what his name is, but he was in Judge Slavin's court, and then I believe Judge Washington, the scooter guy, who submitted a bunch of Supreme Court decisions. And then the prosecutor was like, "Yeah, I spent time looking for this. Yeah, it doesn't exist. You need to check your sources before you like turn them in. They've been taught to say XYZ when XYZ doesn't actually exist."
Well, one of the guys, it was the dude from Georgia. There was one in Georgia the other day. It was I think it was a black guy, soft stick, got pulled over, and he was trying to use some what do you call it? It was some resolution that had been put forth toward like the Georgia Senate or whatever, and it was a sovereign citizen who got up there and got elected that did it, right? And it was this aspect of like traveling and driving and all this kind of stuff and making traveling and driving two different things. And the thing is that he had proposed this and it got shut down like 100%. Like nobody approved it. This guy was trying to use it as evidence that in Georgia you can be a traveler versus a driver and all this kind of stuff. And he was using something that was never put into law, right? It was just something that had been proposed.
Oh, hang on. Hi, Loki.
Hey, Loki. Yeah, I was just on her channel prior to this, talking about some stuff the BSBT said, and if you get a chance, go over to Loki's channel because she has a little bit of a preview of a recording that her grandmother had done. Her grandmother was in the Holocaust, and so she was talking about this because of what BSBT had said the other day and all this kind of stuff. And if you get a chance to go over there and kind of listen to it, you have to turn it up because she's a very soft-spoken lady. But just she was in Auschwitz and all this kind of stuff. So you get a chance to go over there. This is the thing that like really irritates me about them doing this.
That's awesome. I'm gonna check that out.
This is the thing that irritates me about what Josh said the other day was because he's blatantly throwing out these false equivalencies, and
Cerebral tackle, you're a badass.
And that's what the one thing that really irritates me. Yeah.
Cerebral tackle, thank you for the old $5 hairs. Merry effing Christmas. That is all. That's fair.
What you should have said was yippee ki-yay,
motherfucker.
You know what?
Or welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. I have a effing machine gun.
I'm sorry, that's a Christmas movie. Hands down a Christmas movie. I don't care what you say. Fight me on it.
You know what? Someone on Discord just told me that Rambo is a Christmas movie.
You know
Rambo
what's not
1.
a Christmas?
Rambo 1. Rambo 1. There are Christmas decorations in the police station in Rambo 1. It's a Christmas movie. We now have 2 awesome Christmas movies.
Oh no, we have 3. Lethal Weapon.
Yes. Okay. I know what I'm doing this weekend. All right, carry on. Carry on with your story.
What was I going to say? But no, she was, and so she goes on there, and you actually have like firsthand account of what happened during that time, right? And the thing that really pisses me off is someone, and I can't imagine how much, I can't even fathom how much it pisses Loki off. But the aspect of them blatantly calling people, they throwing out these historical terms and all this kind of stuff, and just kind of desecrating what actually happened by claiming the cops are, reenacting these aspects when they arrest people for committing actual crimes, and that he pretends that he is like the U.S. coming in to liberate everything, or whatever forces, right? It just, oh god, he's such a piece of shit.
Oh god, that's hilarious. Yeah, he's a piece of shit, and he proves it damn near every single time he speaks. Oh god.
I'm sorry. I think we may have derailed KFARR's stream.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
That's why he doesn't bring me up here sometimes, because he knows if I get up here, it's going to happen.
I had nothing planned for today. I wanted to show a 14-minute video, and other than that, I had nothing planned to actually show.
All right. Well, let's do this. KFARR.
Yeah.
Your Sovsit-ish / frauditor antagonist, how are they doing right now?
Wait, what do you mean?
Your antagonists, the ones who like to visit your house and...
Oh, they're not doing well.
What's their sit rep? What's their sit rep right now?
Nice.
Oh, fucking A. Living down by the river with Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dirty Mike?
Wait, oh my God, what movie was that from? Now you're making me think. Oh, God.
You're the one who brought the reference out, so.
Oh my God.
Although I do,
Movie.
it does sound familiar to me. Fuck.
Dirty Mike and the gang. What? The other guys.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where that's
Oh.
where I know that's where he's living.
That's such a
probably.
good. It's such a good movie. The Other Guys is such a good movie.
So
Yeah, I know that's where he's probably at.
right. All right.
I
So let's do.
find his existence so strange.
I have a fun question. Of all the Moors and Karens and all the ones that you have been covering recently, which one would you like to talk to face to face the most? Like confront and like do a one-on-one with the most? Because you have been covering a lot of cool stuff, a lot of funny, crazy, and cool people, like people who are just like absolute bat guano crazy. Which one person you would want to be in front of the most?
Oh God, it's probably between Rogue Nation and Josh. Just because they both wanted to fight me.
Oh, he wants to make this into a YouTube clash.
Oh no, Josh is an idiot and is always good for a conversation of stupidity. And Rogue Nation thinks he's a lot smarter than he is.
I'm talking
Shocker.
I'm talking about more like interesting. Like,
oh, interesting. Oh God, maybe
Yeah.
Lucky Laptop News. If I could do a Lucky Laptop News, JC News Now.
Oh no, who's the one?
They're
not
interesting
JC
to me.
Who's it? That is JC? Freaking Media. He's the one I would love to confront.
well,
Oh,
Lucky
hold on.
Laptop is
Vegas Vips is here. Rogue Nation is going to put a hurting on those boys in prison. I bet you those boys in prison put a hurting on Rogue Nation's
him,
prison
yeah.
wallet. God dang, that's rumor has it that's how he got out of prison the first time. He was not walking the same after.
yeah.
Sure,
But,
you say that, Vegas Vips.
What's he gonna do? Fake fall down again, Vegas Vips? I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
But what include the Karens. Think about the Karens too, and all the whack jobs, right? All the weirdos. I'm not talking just in terms of like their belief sets. I'm talking about terms of their personality. Like in terms of personality, which one of these, like all of the various, and you cover so many, like I don't know how to describe. I don't know if there's a word for it. Like a cornucopia of personality sets. Which one of them would be your like number one? Not in terms of sob, sit, frauditor, or anything like that. Just all over the place. Like airport Karen down to all the way down to Josh. Like which one?
God. I think Glenn
The Karens
Serio
are so random. Yeah.
Glenn Serio is a good answer. That's a good answer.
The problem with Glenn Serio is that I think like if I ever like hunted him, it'd be like punching down.
No, Vegas. Why would you do that? Why would you go live with him? What's Monday?
The 25th. It's
We're
Christmas.
gonna
God,
go
why would you go-
live.
Hey, you know why? You know why he's gonna go live with Josh on Friday or on Monday? Because Josh ain't gonna see his kids on Christmas.
Yeah, no shit.
Well-
just so you know, Vegas Vips, I'm going to be covering that live stream. Just so you know.
Also, just so you know that like probably the most watched football game in the country is going to happen that night. So
Why the Lions ain't playing?
Oh,
really,
I saw a thing for the games coming up this weekend. of what games were going to be watched or like the primetime games that aren't going to be blacked out anywhere. And the game that's going to be played most across the country is the Lions game. And I'm just like, ha.
No,
It's like
it's
the Lions
not.
versus the Vikings. That's what they said on the old ESPN, Fox News.
Monday Night Football is Ravens 49ers. Super Bowl
No,
preview.
this weekend.
They still
Super Bowl
team.
preview. Oh God.
Loki says, KFARR, you need to make it into a drinking game.
I would never. I've tried this before with Josh. If I was to make anything into a drinking game with him, I would probably die.
What would be the word that would be the drink word? Like,
Oh God, it could be anything. It could be
Sucker and suck at that?
it could be parental alienation. It could be tyrants. Oh God, it could be
Every time he lists everything.
God. Oh God.
no, you would die from that. You would die from
I
that.
tried to do a drinking game one time with He-Man, and every time he said, like he turned into He-Man, take a drink, I didn't realize how many times in like 24 minutes he changes into He-Man. Fucked up.
Jurisdiction. Yes. See Alan and
Yep.
Loki. Jurisdiction would be the word.
Jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Jurisdiction.
Oh, I forgot again. Cerebral tackle for $5. It's just been revoked. Sergeant Murtaugh. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lethal Weapon in like 100 years because I'm 12.
Hey, cerebral tackle, you just wait. It could be.
Oh
I'm not
God.
saying it is. You just wait.
Glenn Serio would die after 1 day of P90X.
God, I remember Peanut.
He would die after like
A brisk walk up the street.
Yeah,
Dude.
he did.
What was that? What was
almost
that?
did.
Like when Broken System, Broken Trust ran up the median in Taylor to talk shit to that officer for 2 minutes, and then when he got there, he's that would have killed Glenn Serio.
Well, you
Yeah.
had to talk shit for a long time in Breeze Heavy because it took Wolfie 3 times as long to get up there.
Hey, the guy's only got 9 toes. Give him a break. Oh God.
Oh god.
Vegas VIPs, are you seriously having Josh on your channel? Because that's like the
Probably.
worst thing you could do for a channel.
yeah. Don't do that, please.
Serio would die trying to take a flight of stairs.
No, he would die like looking at the flight of stairs. It would scare him so damn bad he'd have a heart attack.
Looking at him, he'd start heavy breathing. Why would you bring Josh
you
on
can't
the
get on an
channel?
elevator because if anyone else gets on there with him, it exceeds capacity. So
I'll do something for you real quick. Vegas Vips. I'll do some math for you real quick.
Loki says, I still love Judge Slavin's response when BSBT jumped on into a court date that wasn't his. Yeah.
I saw that.
I called the day before and verified if that court date was happening. They said Judge Slavin's court clerk, I'm assuming is who I talked to, said no. The judge had to recuse himself because of the threat. It's up for review right now to see if we're going to send it to a jury trial. I called. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank on what the other judge's name is, but I called her clerk just to confirm, like, hey, this is going to be on Zoom, on YouTube, and everything. And she said, yes, it should be on YouTube. The judge likes to put everything on YouTube outside of drug court.
That makes
And I'm
sense.
just like, good. So he had no business being on Zoom that day at all. And he still thought Judge Slavin should grant him the courtesy of speaking to him and trying to get his case figured out when it no longer had anything to do with Judge Slavin.
Well, Misty Eyed Girl, it's going to be on Christmas because neither one of them have like loved ones or whatever. Because the rest of us don't stream on Christmas because we have people around us that love us, that want us to spend time with and open presents and stuff. And I'm not saying anything about the people that don't have that, but these two knuckleheads don't
Okay,
have it, so of course they're going to go out.
Wait,
Vegas
didn't Law Talk with Mike put that video up?
He might have.
Vegas-
He does all of them.
Vegas
Where
VIPs, they're gonna hire Glenn Serio for the next Star Wars heavy breathing scene. No, they're gonna hire him for the next Death Star.
Well, they're going to hire him because he's going to be the long distance relative of Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a Jabba the
A.
Hutt like cameo, right? Like
Because when he breathes
so-
heavy, you can't understand what he's saying. It sounds like waka na 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 na.
all we know for sure is he will try to sweep the leg. That's all we know for sure.
Yeah,
Vegas
right.
Vips. I'm gonna let you know your channel has 2,600 subscribers and Josh has 62,000, I believe. Last I looked, and your videos from today equal the video or the views he gets on his channel. So you having him on your channel is not going to help your channel at all.
Don't do
Loki
it.
says it's up on my
Don't do
channel.
it. Yeah, no, Mike had him. He was there. And he was a fool. And it was complete train wreck.
Oh, Josh's video of when he went up to
Yeah,
on Slavens. I did that video, and I actually did something that
I
I don't
told
think
you.
anybody else had the foresight to do, because Josh tried to claim, "Oh, I didn't get it figured out last time because we had technical difficulties and I got disconnected."
Yeah,
And because I'm a good YouTube creator. Well, I had that video sitting waiting in the wings, and I played that exact part where the judge says, "Okay, Josh, your case is over. Your paperwork will be in the mail. Bye." And they kicked him. There was no technical difficulties. The motherfucker got the boot. And he's like, "Oh, there was technical difficulties."
The only technical difficulties in Josh's life is the lack of synapses in his brain.
Well, I make the joke all the time with like JC News Now and Lucky Laptop News that they share the same brain cell and it's regularly on vacation. I don't think Josh has one that he splits with anyone.
I think what happened was their brain cell said, "Hey, I want to go out for cigarettes," and just never came back.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
typical like the dad went out for milk and never came back. That was Josh's last brain cell.
Yep.
no, yeah, that's true because
He
like
went out
if
for
you
meth,
watch
never came back.
in Mike's video, like, and I don't think Mike, and you have to forgive Mike. He's got a lot. Like, I mean, he's an actual lawyer. He has
You mean
actual
he's a
things going
lawyer? Oh no.
No, I mean he's
Like-
still actually practicing at the same time.
Yeah, he's an actual practicing lawyer and also some crazy Hal, this YouTube guy. But like in the video, and I was there on the live stream, like that's the frauditor. That's a frauditor. That's BSBT. And people are like, huh? What? Wait, what? But like, no, he's out there and all is his lispy grandeur trying to explain what's going on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, we had technical difficulties and we couldn't make this thing work," or blah blah blah. The judge had none of it. None of them had none of it. It worked brilliantly, and he just got like boop, like kicked to the can, kicked to the curb. It was perfect.
Okay. Actually, you know what? You guys have inspired me. We're gonna play a little bit of this Tats fucking thing real quick.
Like I said, I don't think Taz is going to have an issue, honestly.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not gonna play a lot. There's 54 minutes and I'm already starting 7 minutes in. But weapons, I don't know if you saw what it's called, but it's it's called Morning Chat with Tat, and the picture that's on the actual video is Josh saying, "Sending a dick pic in exchange for kitty pics, and then failing to send kitty pics should be a crime."
I have questions.
I have
They-
anger
yeah.
and disdain.
I'm glad that you said
Anger is there, but questions. But okay,
I'm
Let
glad
it
that you
run.
said that. I would not be able to keep a straight face if I looked at an officer and said, "I'm not driving, I'm traveling." Well, Josh is going to try to tell you that. And then
Well,
he's
I
gonna
know
try to
in Vegas, I will give you props for that. Like right now, saying that because that is BSBT in a heartbeat.
mm-hmm.
the guy's got Michigan Constitutional Crusaders car towed. The guy interferes with police. He just copped a plea for driving on not having a license. What was it, like 3 charges?
I don't think their brains work really. I
It's like-
really think
you can only get convicted of the same crime so many times before a normal person would go, damn, maybe I'm wrong. But Josh hasn't hit that wall yet.
Right. And I won't say this right fast before you play the video. I think even if someone were to hit me in the head with a sledgehammer, like just directly right in the fucking noggin, I would still come out of it smarter than Josh or any of the fraudsters.
I think I could get decapitated and still come out smarter than Josh.
What the fuck am I looking at?
That's the live stream. So Tats had this over the entire time because this is apparently why he did the live stream. And do you see Josh's name on StreamYards? BSBT porn bomb survivor again.
Oh God.
I don't know. Okay, so obviously I trust you guys, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason I don't bring on random people to my stream because I'm responsible and I know the consequences if I bring up the wrong person and they try to do some fuck shit.
Well, that's why, like, in a lot of places, I started showing my face because I went on Vilified Freedom stream, right? And I was like the first person he's here brought up. He's like, "Man, just don't porn bomb me, right?" And I was like, "No, I'll show my face and everything. It's all good, right? To make sure it's all good." Because yeah, that's the problem. Some of these people do this stuff, especially if you're in the frauder community. You have to fucking be careful.
I think we can all see at this point. I'm not hurting for attention. Like I don't come up here and be like, oh my God, I need 4,000 people to carry my stream and all that nonsense. But Josh does. So he will take anyone that will pop on his stream without question. Like I think I told the story about how he let me on stream under a sock account. And I gave like, it wasn't my best performance. I'm not going to lie. I gave a shitty Southern accent and he thought it was somebody else. That's what I'm talking about. Like he will literally let anyone up if he thinks he can get views from it.
You gave it a Southern accent? That's...
Oh, yeah. Like, so my Southern accent's pretty solid. But I think I had been drinking that night, obviously, because otherwise I wouldn't come up on Josh's, stream. And he bought it. Like, he didn't even question it.
It reminds me of that YouTuber who does, like, all the Southern stereotype stuff. The guy with the beard. You know that guy?
Yeah, I know that guy.
Did you talk about Dollar General? If you talk about Dollar General enough, you will solidify.
Oh, are you talking about like the heavyset dude that talks about stuff? He's
Yeah.
He's a South. He's a guy from a page called A Southern Thing, right? And he's from Alabama.
Yeah, that guy.
And they're all on there, and he does some of the best like comparisons, like sweet tea and like fried chicken from like local places.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah, no, he's awesome.
But yeah,
KFARR tried to become that guy. Didn't work, but
that's what I'm saying. Like so I think you guys have noticed probably through my videos for 3 years, my ex-wife was from Texas, like deep Texas. So every once in a while, I'll catch myself falling into a Southern accent.
We're in Texas. We're in Texas.
Tyler.
Oh yeah, East Texas. Yep.
Yeah, so she was from Rusk, which is right near Texas. Yep. Or no, right near Taylor, Texas.
Tyler.
Or Tyler, my bad. Jesus, her last name was Taylor, my bad. Yeah, it was a whole thing in the Navy.
Mike's wife was from out in East Texas, and her grandmother would be like, and so she had like this stuff that you ever heard like the cappuccino, like the powder stuff you can make this cappuccino from, and she would pronounce it cappuccino.
Good. Yeah, so I'll fall into it. So like I'll give it a shot every once in a while of talking like it. And normally I'm decent. It was just a terrible performance, and Josh just bought it.
I'll stay out of that debate because although south of the quote unquote Mason-Dixon
includes Maryland,
just barely. So,
right,
you guys keep on carrying on.
Well, Texas is Texas, and we can have that discussion any day of the week.
Oh, I've been there, and I love that place, and I would love to live there if you could lower the temperature just a little bit.
I'm starting to like snow.
I thought you were. Who was this talking the other day? Somebody. I think it was you, KFARR. What you talking about moving to Texas?
I was going to, yeah. So we were together when I got out and she was getting out. and we had all of our stuff moved to Texas already. And then she wanted me to put up my guns and never bring them out again. And I'm like, I got shit to do somewhere else. Bye.
I'm gonna take her Texan card just for saying that.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And I'm
Especially
just
from
like, okay,
East Texas.
I don't.
Okay, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, what's the point?
Whoa. All right, go back to your story, man.
Okay, let's see here. All right, you want to play this here video? Oh God! So it's going to be Tats and Broken System, Broken Trust talking about this comment, and then a bunch of other people should pop up at some point.
There you are.
What's going on?
Yeah, that comment was really strange, man.
Yeah, just ignore me like when I'm in your chat doing this, you know what I mean? Like when I'm doing this, just ignore me. Like that's usually best policy. I'm usually just picking a fight with one person in your chat. And then everybody goes nuts trying to interpret what I'm saying, and that's useless.
Okay, so what did you mean by that?
Don't worry, I will never porn bomb you, Tats. Like even like if I hated your guts, and I would say like I mean, and all you've done is be a little whiny and stuff like that, which is not that big of a deal. I mean, and then you did a couple other things I don't like, but that's none of your business. You know what I mean? It's like
absolutely. What's up?
Has anyone ever in your chat ever said, "Hey, don't worry, I won't porn bomb you"?
No, that's like a best comparison here is when you have a criminal that's being arrested or like blah blah blah, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry, officer, I'm not gonna fight." And it's like, well, in my experience, the only people who say that are the ones who are gonna fight.
But like, I mean, yeah, but it's like, what the?
It's like pulling over a sauce, and they're like, "I don't have any weapons on me." Really? Am I taking your word for it? Yeah. No. Yeah. No, sorry.
There's that, but also like,
he has the nerve to call somebody else whiny. That was my favorite thing. You're a little whiny, and other things I don't like, and it's like that's your MO, Josh.
He brought that up. He was the one who said it first. What the fuck? Like, dude. Okay, let it run. This is just too good.
Like,
none of my business that I did something wrong. Okay, that's fine. So what?
But I mean, it's not like a huge crime or anything. You know what I mean? It's not like you committed a crime or anything. But
I do tend to whine sometimes. So what did you mean by that comment? Is all I'm asking.
Oh, my little spicy taco down there knows exactly what I'm talking about, and I find it fascinating that she's not willing to come clean.
All I'm reading, see, that's the thing. I'm looking at the chat, and I don't see anything within the in the chat that's within that context, though. That's the only problem I'm having.
Yeah, by the way, I can't stay for very long, Tats. I can only come up for like a half hour, I would say.
That's fine. I was planning on not being much longer myself, actually.
Yeah, but Bandit's pretty smart. Bandit's pretty smart, man. Like, you got some smart people in your chat that know, like, what's going on. Like, they see me in other chats, and they kind of know what's going on. But I find it fascinating. It's like the psychological experiment is absolutely fascinating to me, man. I've never seen this sort of like deception and this sort of psychological study in my life, and to me, it's fucking fascinating, man.
What type of?
I mean, like at least you did the right thing instead of getting too carried away. You were like asking for clarification, you know, like, and that goes a long way, right? Like asking for clarification.
Right. I don't want to do something like this and be wrong, you know?
Yeah, just like.
So what psychological experiment is Josh talking about? Because he seems to do this in every single chat where he'll make a super off-color comment and then be like, "Oh, I didn't mean that. You guys should just ignore me." And it's like, then why are you here if we should just ignore you?
I think he's referring to his life in general. Is just a one big psychological.
No,
experiment.
I think what he's sadly, what he thinks is happening is when any kind of like intellectual debate happens where ideologies are clashing, he thinks that's an experiment.
Well, I think it's also he thinks that like I think he believes like he's this big troll when it comes to people that disagree with him, right? And all this kind of stuff. And
No,
so
he
when
doesn't think he's a troll. He thinks he's some kind of like ideological, like magical. Yes. Like because remember psychology, right? They know more than us.
Right.
So in his mind, he's seeing this happening. He's like, "Oh, look at all these little people, like try, yeah, little sheeple. They're trying to figure things out that I already know." That's what he's doing. He's wrong, like extremely wrong, but that is what he's doing. He's actually in that mode where he's like, oh, look, this guy's doing an experiment because like he's so far beneath me, like he doesn't even understand the things that I know. That's where they're at. I mean, that's literally where they're at, and it's scary, it's sad, and it's dangerous, but like that's where they're at.
All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Just like when I threaten to detonate truth bombs in a courtroom, I'll threaten every judge I ever come across with that. I will threaten them with detonating more truth bombs than they can.
I'm confused. Did he say truth bomb? Because I don't think he said truth bomb.
No, well, no, he didn't say truth bomb.
He said truth bomb.
Yes, right. The words that came out of his mouth were not truth bomb. What he wanted to say was truth bomb. He sadly just can't say that.
Anything
Sadly.
dealing with real life is an experiment to Josh. Yes, that's accurate.
Well, I think also the psychological torture that he puts the judges through for having to deal with him, maybe that's what he's talking about.
Possibly.
No, if you watch the it was very recent,
Cool Clearwater, what's up?
Truth
bombs.
The Law Talk with Mike case where he was there. That judge was like having nothing to do with him. That judge just was like, that go away, goodbye.
If the judge could say it, like I saw in the judge's face, he's like, that man dumb. That man real dumb.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're one of them. Okay. You're one of them, so goodbye.
Calisto says tooth bombs.
Oh God. That's actually really funny.
It really is. Well done.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Let's keep it rolling.
Can fucking recover from.
Right. So
So just like you know how there are legal threats, like I could threaten to leave this chat. That wouldn't be a very unlawful or illegal threat, would it?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Right. I could threaten to say, Tats, you've been a whiny little bitch in the past. I'm never going to talk to you again. That would be a perfectly legal threat, right?
Oh boy, hold on. Let me bring this guy up here.
I could threaten you with a good time, right?
Hang on,
right.
KFARR?
Don't threaten me with a good time. I
right.
Like,
yeah.
So you think
Can we just say that is the least scariest voice I've ever heard?
Oh, Josh.
Outside of like a kid.
He's not. I think we've all met some intimidating people in our lives.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's
seeing
like
as how I've met Josh in person, that is not the case.
He's the least scariest voice I've ever heard. Like, yeah.
Oh God.
So when he's threatening people, and I hear that, it makes me laugh. I'm not sure if anybody else in chat thinks that's the same thing, but like, good Lord. Like,
well, I think it's funny that he's trying to compare, oh, I could threaten to leave the chat. He's trying to compare that to threatening to blow up a judge.
So
he has the worst comparisons.
Oh, he did. The judge told him as much.
Yeah.
And also and the judge also said, like, hey, you know, I believe in the First Amendment, but I also believe in the Second Amendment.
And then Josh took
Also-
that as a threat.
And there's also things called a call to action, which are not covered under the First Amendment, you ignorant fuck.
Yeah, but if you've watched that Law Talk with Mike video, that judge basically told him, if you come for me, I will shoot your ass dead.
No, 100%. Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Is basically what he said. Go ahead, run it.
Do you see how there are lawful threats?
Yes, but now I still have to get back to the topic at hand, and I can you just explain what you meant? Is all. I mean, Bandit did somewhat explain it, but it's
that would
better.
take the mystery and the fun out of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to balance in my life with being transparent, with still maintaining some sort of mystery and privacy. You know,
so you're
it's
going to
very
admit you're a
difficult.
fucked up individual is what you're trying to say, broken system. You're a fucked up individual, like saying fucked up shit because you're just that fucked up in the fucking head. Is that what you're telling us?
Oh, it's my buddy AC. What's going on, AC?
Yeah, we're not buddies.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
We're best of friends, man.
You wish we were best of friends.
No, we are best. Have we talked privately?
A long time ago. We haven't talked
So
privately
that
in a
wasn't the
very
question. Listen,
long time.
don't.
We haven't talked privately in a very long time.
You're in my jurisdiction. You're in my jurisdiction right now.
Remember the last
AC.
time that I was on your panel and you kicked me off?
Oh, you've been on my panels before.
Right, because I went against the 1A community. Remember?
Yeah, you're a fucking double fucking talking jive turkey.
Jive turkey. That's a
yeah. You're a double talking jive turkey.
You made shit show snort. By the way, I'm just.
Hey, it won't be the first or the last time I make anybody snort. Right, Rebecca? Rebecca.
You know
Rebecca
what Broken
will watch
System does
this.
for a good time? He sucks dick for meth.
And AC has been asking me to record what me and Wolfie do.
I have never been
AC wants to record with me and Wolfie. AC wants to go out and record with me and Wolfie so bad. He's like, what goes on in the back seat of your truck? I'm like, just a couple dudes sucking each other off. No big deal.
First of all,
I don't know what to do with that. That's icky.
What have you gotten us into, first of all?
Well, this is the Josh shit show that I have to deal with.
God damn. Oh man, I don't even know. He needs Jesus. I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
he needs Jesus.
Yeah. He needs like an old priest and a young priest and like all the priests. Like, why?
Well, that's his thing. He is like the definition of a troll. He says, like, how to word this correctly? He tries to say the wildest shit to get a reaction.
He's like a shock jock.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yes.
I've also said that if you watch my stream with KFARR, I think you were there. With
I was in the chat. I don't think I showed up.
KTZ, we were talking about it, and it's like they use a lot of shock jock kind of stuff to make this whole weirdness that they are, like this whole crazy shit that they are work. But like this, he's going after like his buddies now. Like,
well, I think
there's no. Oh no, go for it.
I was gonna say, I think BSBT thinks he's a captain because he's really good at docking.
Good.
Oh no. Oh God.
What is like so in our community, most of us are cool with each other.
Yeah.
Because we all have different takes on content, so all of our content's not exactly the same. Where they all use the
and even when you guys are not, you still don't go after each other. Right?
Yeah. Josh is willing to throw any other auditor under the bus if it gets him a few views. If he can eliminate the competition, it gets him more views. he has 62,000 subscribers and pulls a tenth of the views I get on videos and streams. It's like he's just trying to get more views. KFARR, let's hear your take on the Hells Angels. The Hells Angels will put your dick in the dirt, and we may never see you again. Please take Josh with you.
Yeah, please. Oh, and take Wolvie. Take Rogue Nation. Yeah. Well, Rogue
take
Nation
them all
can't,
with you.
He's about to go to Fed prison, but take Wolvie with you and take Cal.
Is Chili in jail yet?
I don't think so.
Take Chili.
Take them all with you. Take them all with you.
Yeah.
That way we know if you take Chili, he's going to get a first-hand view because he can't help but like film himself of him getting his dick knocked in the dirt. So take Chili with you because that way at least you know we have first-hand footage of y'all getting the shit kicked out of you.
Right. We'll have video confirmation.
Ugh. My wine's gone. I drank a bottle of wine during this stream. Still no effect.
Wine's not even alcohol. That's what you drink when you're bored on a Sunday.
That's grape juice.
Oh, it's 1,000% grape juice, but it tastes good.
Well, yeah. I mean, my great grandmother gave that to me when I was 8.
What you need is some Jeremiah
kind of
weed.
tastes like church wine. I need some what?
Jeremiah weed.
Oh, I thought you said some of Jeremiah's weed, and I'm just like,
no,
I'm gonna pass.
God.
I'm gonna pass on that.
No, Jeremiah weed. If you don't know Jeremiah weed, look it up. It is probably the most rot gut shit I've ever seen. Outside of the
that's why
outside of the moonshine my ex father-in-law used to make.
What is it?
All right, so we got BSBT here, and he is absolutely just fucking around with some idiots. What does this like come to? What does this amount to? What does it come to?
This stream?
Yeah.
So a bunch of people get on stream with him. Guadalupe Guacamole gets on.
Oh God.
An unsavory.
Man.
An unsavory
God.
character that I don't associate with anymore because he's a puss, if you will get on stream. I think like one more person will get on stream. And they basically just shit on Josh.
Yeah, Guac's gonna fuck with Josh.
Well, Josh always thinks he can fuck with Guac, but then Guac always like shits on Josh, but then Josh just keeps going, which adds more evidence to my Josh has a public humiliation kink.
That
seems to be a thing.
Yeah, I
can
maybe
see that. Yeah, I can 100% see that.
Maybe.
We don't kink shame here, but you know what?
I mean,
with my scientific studies,
that kind of tracks. But like Guac is kind of a tough character. You don't want to, dude.
Don't mess with Lupe. Lupe will get you.
Yeah. No, I've been on stream with Lupe. You don't want to fuck with Lupe.
Well, we need to play it. I want to see her get up there and just tear him a new.
We both miss Maddie. Maddie was a good guy.
There's a lot of Maddies.
Wow, I'm glad you admit that.
I'm giving you a chance to do that. That's all. If you want to clarify that.
Hey, even if that was true, you know what I mean? Like what 2 consenting adult men would do in the back of a truck, that'd be between them and the fucking, that'd just be between them. But AC, he's my buddy. He's my long lost friend. He's my best friend.
I have a saying like, if you don't want people to know about your information, you don't want your shit out there, don't bring it to YouTube. And the fact that this motherfucker brought that he sucked dick for fucking meth to YouTube is the reason why we continue to bring it up. You brought it here, homie, not us.
He did.
Well, that was a rumor that was started because I was asked that question on another panel, and
I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you guys. I was there for that. I watched that stream. There was no rumor. He admitted it. His ex admitted it. It happened, and then he panically got off stream. Yeah.
Can I at least say that I'm so glad that you said after you said I was there for that. I watched that stream.
I watched that stream. I was not there for that. I think it may have taken place when I was like 5.
He's like, I was
So-
taking pictures and it was crazy, but
I'm so glad that you said it that way.
I think Josh got kicked out in '99.
yeah.
Hold that thought. Let me double check. I have his DD-214. Let me double check.
If he did get kicked out, and that was like 3 years before I joined the military.
Maybe. Are you
Go
with
to my
me in
JPL
thinking-
folder.
Did you like hear the same thing I heard when he said
Yeah.
that?
I did because the problem is we have a dark sense of humor. That's where it goes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like
All right, let's
both
see
our
here.
brains were like, "Oh, you were there."
You were there. Oh. I'm what they call an eyewitness.
Let's
Jesus.
see. God, it's so shitty.
Ah.
Let's see.
Everyone in chat, just don't get old.
So he was in '95, and I think he did 3
Okay.
years. So he finished his basic electrician course in February of '95. So he got out in '98
98, yeah.
because he did 3 years. So yeah, he got. Oh, never mind.
Well,
Recorded
by
November
getting
10th,
out-
1999.
By
So-
getting out,
Big ol'
you mean
stamp
like
right
he
on
got
it.
kicked out for messing.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't.
So he got out.
Yeah.
It's either November 30th or November 10th. I can't really
He got
read it.
kicked
Uh,
out. He
Did
had
he get a big chicken
1999.
dinner? Did he get a big chicken
So-
dinner or?
It was
he got kicked out. No,
it
no
was
doubt.
other than honorable in lieu of trial by court martial.
Gotcha.
Oh,
But
boy.
yeah, if I was a witness to that, I was 8 years old, 9 years old.
Hey,
So-
some kids experience traumatic things when they're young. I mean, it happens.
I mean, you're
So-
not wrong.
Making me feel old.
Greg, I'm going to address this right now. Unforgiven Jerry, or the Forgiven Jerry, whatever his name is a poussé, if you will. Him and Mystery Soft Sit Theater, for some reason, are under the impression that me and Ricky Monday are colluding to hurt Mitchell, simply because Ricky Monday stops by my live streams on occasion. I think he's been to 2 or 3. And I tell him as long as he's cordial in chat, he can stay. And he is. And he throws his input in, and he gets to stay. But because I let him stay, apparently that means I approve of him cutting the brakes on Mitchell's car, allegedly. But yeah, Jerry said some Jerry talks in all of his live streams like he's intoxicated or on something. So I don't know what Jerry's doing with his life. No, so his DD-214 says other than honorable discharge in lieu of a court martial. So according to Josh, he was getting court-martialed for meth, got caught underage drinking at the gate, and then they just said, "Be gone. I don't have time for this. Bye."
And it wasn't like, honorable after 6 months. It was just other than honorable period.
Nope. Yep. Still other than honorable, I believe.
Okay.
So there's that.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. God. All right. Let's keep this going. I want to see Guac.
And like the clip is out there, but there's a reason they won't play the clip is because I never said any of that.
Yeah, here
and
we
it's
go
funny.
again. More
Right,
reasons
well,
why
play the
it's
clip.
your,
Well, just
why it's not
save
your
the
problem, it's
impatient and
someone
bring the
else's
clip.
problem.
Listen,
Someone else did this
bring
to
the
you,
clip.
and that's the
Bring
reason
it.
why, right? Where that's how this usually works. Like it's not
AC,
me, it's the
bring the
government.
clip.
There's
AC,
something wrong
bring the
with the
clip.
government, right?
AC, don't tell folks what happened. Show the clip. Show the clip where I said I sucked dick for meth. Show it. Show it. You know how there's clips of Kaiser lying? Show the clips of me saying that.
If I remember correctly,
Well, I'll just ask
That's
you
the
straight
best
up.
you
Did
got.
you ever do that, Broken System? Did you ever suck dick for meth?
so I think it was on Falcac's stream, and I don't know if he still has any of his content up because he had a falling out with Witch of Hearts that he deleted like everything. But that's that.
You're bringing up a lot of people who. have a lot of
What
problems.
me?
Say what?
You're bringing up a lot of people who have a lot of problems. Witch of Hearts and Falcax and all the other
Yeah.
ones. So
You aren't wrong. Oh, shocker.
And
Here comes
other
Jerry.
men do.
Well, I'm just asking if you said
backseat.
that. I'm not saying this is my business. I'm just asking you straight up. So
up,
if
Gary?
you want to clear it up,
I think me and Wolvie make the joke that we're like, sucking each other off or, like giving each other hand jobs every time we go out together. So AC just wants to be in on
Hold
that.
on, pause.
And you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
You got to clip that. Rewind like 10 seconds, 20 seconds maybe, and re-listen. And then think about how you could re-clip that. And
they do talk about that a lot. They do talk about that a lot, and then they also talk about how I forgot where it is in Taylor. It's like a party store in Taylor. They get corn dogs, and they talk about deep throating the corn dogs.
But just listen to what he just said.
They're weird, bro. They're strange. It's not the couple that I would see coming.
No, but like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, that's bold.
He has a type, man. He has a type. He likes bigger guys.
I guess.
He likes the old MCC as well, and he's a bigger guy.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for him to start coming around Glen Serio.
Like, that's a clip in my mind. Like, that's something you could drop into your videos. Like,
his kink is apparently large men and
we don't kink
large
shame
men in
around
public
here.
humiliation. Hey, I'm not criticizing. I'm just pointing out that they're a thing.
Yeah, there is a thing. There is a thing.
Apparently, there's a couple things.
Go ahead and run it, but like, if you guys didn't catch it, back it up just a little bit so everybody can catch it. The Wolvie thing just goddamn.
Here we go.
What me and other men do.
Well, I'm just asking if you said that. I'm not saying this is my business. I'm just asking you straight up. So if you want to clear it up,
I think me and Wolvie make the joke that we're like, sucking each other off or, like giving each other hand jobs every time we go out together. So AC just wants to be in on that. And you know what I mean? Like, he just wants to be involved, man. And I feel bad for AC because he has nothing better going. Like, he wants to be like Kate so bad, but he can't.
Whoa. Why is it that you end up at the shit show all the time? Why do you end up at the shit show?
All the time.
I mean, you do shows where you have 10 to 15 people in your chat. Yet you have
but look at the quality. Look at the quality of guests I got.
Hold on, broken system.
Look at the difference of guests that I have versus what you got, buddy.
Let me finish what I'm trying to say.
Oh, God, this should be good.
Yes, you want to sit here and you want to get the attention of the shit show, but once again, you do shows where you're live, you have 10 to 15 people at your show, where
Timeout. Vegas Vips. Apparently, Vegas Vips is a bigger guy, and he's applying for Chippendales next week. That's a good job, man. You should stick with that. You should give up auditing and just do that. That's a good paying job. Rumor has it. Yeah. Live your dream, bro. Live your dream.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, you won't get arrested either.
Yeah, no, it's completely legal.
I mean, if you go in with the whole like Chris Farley thing, like you should be good, bro.
No, yeah. If you want to do that, go do it. Go do it.
Apparently, Wolvie with Wolvie would be considered a flipper job.
Ew.
I love it.
Go live, and I'll have at least a minimum of 100 people in there. So please,
your YouTube live streaming dick is bigger than mine, AC. Good job.
Why do you show up at the shit show and then try to pick a fight in the fucking chat?
What makes you think I'm trying to pick a fight?
Because of what you're saying, usually.
And what am I saying usually? Jerry, this is between me and AC. Stay out for a minute, Jerry.
Actually, I'm good with Jerry. Go ahead, Jerry. You can have my scraps.
This all comes down to one thing, bro. You brought up all the shit, all your fucking dramas out there because you brought it up. Ain't nobody fucking asked you to bring it up. You brought it up. And then the thing is that you come on to fucking different shows and try to start fights with people. Hey, how about you fucking go get your kids, man? Go get your fucking kids. Nobody gives a fuck about what you have to say. Go get your fucking kids.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, at least
Homosexuality should be a felony. Hold on. Somebody in the chat said homosexual. What is homosexuality? Like these are good questions. Like, what is homosexuality?
Hey, what's having your kids? How about that? How about getting?
Okay, so homosexuality being a felony, that's kind of a hot take that I don't agree with.
What the
Is this
fuck?
Saudi Arabia? Is this Saudi Arabia right now?
Is this Iran? I mean, come on now.
I know, like KFARR, what did you get us into here? But like,
hey, this is just what this isn't even my stream. You know, this isn't my stream. Here, let's see here. React. Jesus Christ, I forgot that I added reacts to the end of my name. Okay, they're openly talking about sexual acts on each other in PSPT, and even references kids. Not sure what laws at all. If I was going to say terms of service violations, it would probably be skirting the edge, but I don't think it's
technically First Amendment. It's First Amendment. Like he can say all the gross, disgusting shit he wants, unless he's promoting it.
So apparently, what Josh is, it's called a chubby chaser, is what Josh is considered.
Yeah.
Apparently,
it's the same thing for hetero people. I mean, when you go after like fat chicks.
Oh God! Don't put that in my head. So you're saying Wolvie doesn't slap his ass on the pole? You're saying he flaps his ass? Yes.
All I know is that like I have been sucked into something really crazy.
This stream derailed like really quick.
Not KFARR's fault. It's not KFARR's fault. It's fucking BSBT. Good Lord.
Because it seems like everyone is like, Tats is like, hey man, address this singular comment. And then Josh is like, well, I suck dick in the back seat. Like, what are you gonna do? And it's like,
I just want to know. I just want to know when.
Go for it.
I just want to know when BSBT is like, doing docking with somebody, if he makes them request permission to come board first.
Jesus.
Yeah, he has to salute at the quarterdeck.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Show me your ID. Salute and show me your ID.
As long as the road pirates don't come.
I apologize to everyone in chat. Like, you get 3 military guys up here talking about stuff, it's going to go bad. It really is.
Misty, good night.
I'm really
good night.
sorry.
I hope you can sleep.
I'm really sorry.
I mean, and this is pretty calm, honestly. And so I do apologize to everyone ahead of time, but we can't help it. It's just part of the thing.
Yeah, you have 2 Navy guys, an Air Force guy, and it's just not good.
The First Amendment works in mysterious ways where you guys can probably help me out with this. You can say controversial things.
Yes.
Yep.
Because if you couldn't say controversial things, you could technically not say anything, if that makes sense.
Correct. It wouldn't be the First Amendment if you couldn't.
Let me give a great example, because people misuse this example all the time, right? They're like, well, you can't shout fire in a crowded theater. No, you can if there's an actual fire. The problem is if you shout fire in a crowded theater and there is no fire, and because it's now a call to action, because you said, hey, there's a fire and people are rushing to get out. If people get hurt or injured because of the comments you made, it's no longer under the First Amendment. It is now something that is criminally liable to you. And that's where the difference is. You can say all day long, like, say, for example, if you want to say, like, I don't like a certain type of folk, right? Like, I don't like, certain people because of skin color. I don't like certain people because of their religion or whatever, right? You can say that until the cows come home. No one's going to give a shit. But if you say things like certain people should be done away with, and I'm promoting you doing away with them, that is what they call a call to action. And that is different than just spouting, vile, evil shit.
Correct. It's call to action and immediate harm.
Yeah.
So on a completely unrelated note, apparently an Alabama offensive lineman who was a 5-star recruit when he got recruited has been arrested and charged with knowingly giving someone an STD. So I don't know if he's going to play in the bowl game. Just saying.
Oh, damn.
Well,
that's actually not a crime in California anymore, because that's what California
Which is so strange. Isn't
California one giant STD?
Pretty much.
Hey, there's some good parts of California.
Yeah, all the parts with only a handful of people, and they're all like us. And
all the parts that aren't really California, you saying?
yeah,
And
all the parts all the parts that don't want to be California. But no, so what he's saying is correct. Willful action, call to action, and then also, whatever the other thing was. But basically, you can say whatever you want, but if what you say is gross negligence that will cause harm. So if it will cause harm, like.
And let me throw out one more thing real fast. If you say like I have done this, I've committed said thing, or I have, like if BSBT said here, there was a time when I was interacting with so and so, and I did exactly what he has said here on the screen. And I think that because I did this, I partook in this. Like now he's admitting to a crime. That's different than just spouting some vile shit.
Oh God.
Yeah, right.
I hate him. I really hate him.
Oh, I do too. No, I get you.
Well, I don't hate him, and here's
I despise
why.
him.
I hate him.
Despise is a good word. I don't like to hate. Like I don't like using the word hate. Like I only reserve that for jihadis and people who shot at me. Those are the kind of like categories I put, and also all of the people, like 100% of the people who shot at me are in the jihadi category. So like,
yeah,
that goes hand in hand. But like, I don't like using that word because like I like to keep the extremes. I don't want them to get like, worn down or meddled down or muddled or whatever the word is. But for me, like with BSBT and things like that, it's like, okay, look, yeah, you have your belief set and you think, yeah, you can kind of sort of go about thinking you're this weird, like, I don't know if they're a soft sit. He's kind of sort of soft city. Like,
I think he's 100% soft city.
Yeah, he's in the soft sit world, but like, okay, so you want to be a soft sit, fine. I don't hate you for it. I pity you for it because you're a moron and you've gone into moron mode. But is there not a way that you could possibly maybe sort of kind of like figure your way out of this and not go down, what does Radical call it? Oh yeah, complete dipshittery, because that's what they're doing. That's what they all do.
Well, and they have to because they have nothing left, right? So the thing is, and I'm going to kind of derail this for a minute. The problem is when you use one thing to define you as a person, right? So if whether it be, your religion, your race, your sexual preference, your whatever, right? When you use one thing to define yourself as the entity of your being, okay, you will fight tooth and nail, even if you're wrong, to maintain that you're right. Because the problem is that you've attached yourself to only one thing that defines who you are. And when you do that, if that is then destroyed, then your entire entity, your entire being is destroyed. And a lot of these guys that do this, whether it be the flat earthers, the soft sits, or whatever, they have associated, because there's nothing else for them to do. Like, so for example, like I can define myself in multiple ways, right?
Right.
I have multiple aspects that make up the whole of what I am. There is no one thing that makes up the whole of what I am, right?
I see where you're going.
I mean, technically, my Christianity, like, and I will say, is technically as a Christian, it does make up my whole, right? But it's not. I'm not just a Christian. I'm also a Christian who is also a naval vet. I'm also, someone who has family members. I'm also an uncle, a brother, all this kind of stuff, right? For them, when they use one single thing to define their entire entity and they base their entire aspect and worldview on that one aspect, for it to be destroyed would destroy them as a person. So they're going to fight against it.
Well, in their KFARR, that's a video topic, really. Think about what he just said. Like, how do these people define themselves between the Sobsits, the Moors, the frauditors?
I think most would call themselves. What does Dummy Kruger say? Freedom fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
the entirety of their being. That's the entirety of what they do.
Right. That's a loose definition, but yeah, but it's like if you look at.
Sorry, you have to remember though. Most of these guys, like when they do this, like look at like BSBT is one of the big examples, like with Erica and all this kind of stuff. They have a lot, and a lot of them will talk about this. Even the flat earthers talk about this. They have been disowned by family. Their friends have turned on them. Because they believe in this craziness, right? So in the aspect that there is no other support structure that exists other than the other, people that believe the way they do, it has now become the definition of their entire reason to exist.
Well, my hypothesis, what I believe in what what I propose is that's why they're this way. They are actually literally throwing all of that identity into that theory.
Well, they have nothing else. They have literally nothing else. Whereas all of us sitting on this panel right now, like, I don't, Weapons, I don't know if you have kids or, whatever, but you have family.
I have a kid.
Okay. So you're a father, right? KFARR is a father. I'm not a father, but I'm an uncle, right? And I'm also, like I said, a vet and everything else. And I'm also a linguist, and I'm also, Christian and all this kind of stuff. Like I have multiple aspects that create the whole, right? These guys don't. They don't, right? And
that's a great angle. And KFARR, he's got an angle here. Think about it. How many aspects of their identity do they have? The frauditors, everyone from new ones like what does she call herself now? Rage Girl.
Ghetto Rebellion, Rage Girl,
Girl, all the way back to the old school ones, like from the old to the new. If you look at their identities, what do they have to apply to it? And that's awesome. Like you made it.
You can look at the aspect that there are different levels, right? There are those that are out there. Like we saw the same thing in the flat earth community. There are those that are, quote unquote flat earthers because it actually makes them money, right? And so they'll maintain it because it makes them money. And then there's others who diehard believe it, right? And so, like for example, there's the difference between BSBT and like LIA. Okay, LIA is only doing it because it makes some money. Like he got put out there by the Young Turks and got like 500,000 subs, and he's making a ton of money off of doing this shit, right? Whereas BSBT is like literally believes it, like the soft sit stuff, the frogger stuff. Like he literally believes that he is doing like the right thing. And because he has nothing else, like LIA has a family, he has a wife and kids and all this kind of stuff, which is sad that he does. But BSBT has lost everything, like because of the shit that he's done with meth and everything else. He's lost kids, he's lost any aspect of a family. Most of his friends that are around him probably don't want to talk to him. So the only people he has are the things that he does as a frauditor and a sobsit, because that's where they gain friends online. And so now that has become that. And there's a difference between. Honestly, level of success has a lot to do with this, right?
True. But I still go back to that thesis you had about their identity and how this whole thing rolls into it and how it feeds into it, and it makes them. And they feel like it makes them stronger. I really like that. That's a really good concept.
We just literally bored the entire live chat.
Possibly, But they actually should be going crazy because they should realize that we just sort of kind of unlocked how these guys function, like what makes them function on the inside.
So,
because I think we really did. I think you really did. I think you really tapped into what really makes these people function on the inside, and why we keep seeing them. Because
remember,
even in Van Balion's video that came out today, the cop was like, "Yeah, you guys keep popping up all over the place. You appear like," he was talking to Assaf Sit. He's like, "Yeah, you appear to be like spreading. Your ideology appears to be spreading. It's spreading because people keeps agreeing with them psychologically. It keeps like hitting them."
Also, I feel like if you notice, the true believers always seem to be at like the last rung of the ladder in life, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
I believe like the true believers are like the JC News Now, the Broken System, Broken Trust, where it's like, this is it in life.
Yeah.
If it's not this, it's nothing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like they have. That's what I was saying. Like they have literally nothing else, right? They have nothing else to define themselves. Like you look at JC News Now. This is a man who's in his 50s, right? Still living at home with his mom and dad, right? And it's not like he's living at home with his mom and dad. Like for right now, like since I retired, I came back to my parents' house and I'm helping them out until I get another job, right? And they're also older, and that's one of the reasons why I left. So I was a linguist in the military for 21 years, right? I speak Persian, Farsi, and Spanish, and then of course like Portuguese and like Dari and all this kind of stuff's attached to it. But the thing is that my friends were like, "Why are you leaving a place where you can make 6 figures a year?" I'm like, "Because I'm coming back to take care of family, right? My parents are getting older. I have a niece and nephew that I saw sporadically over their entire life because." I was never stationed anywhere that was, closer than 6 hours. And so I made a decision to come back. That was my decision, right? These guys have nothing left. Like if we walked off right now and I left here and I did this for like several months, if I walked away from YouTube, right, do I have anything else to go to? I do, and everyone on this panel does, right? Most of the people in this chat do, right? And I can go like doing what I do. Like I babysit my niece and nephew. I go work, whatever jobs I can, do until I get into the police academy. I help my parents out with stuff and things all the time. I help my sister and brother-in-law out. Like I have a life outside of this. This is just fun. And they don't have anything. JC News Now has nothing, right? Riot Girl Radio has nothing. Okay?
No.
They have nothing else. There is no support system, fallback structure, or whatever. And they also seem to have a hard time like understanding that to make money, because some of them get into it thinking they've watched LIA, they've watched Anselmo and all this kind of stuff. And they think, well, if I just start frauditing, then I'm gonna get like 100,000 subs, I'm gonna make all this money. So it doesn't work that way, right?
Well, I'll raise you. Josh said something about he's doing this to create generational wealth for his kids. And I'm just like, seeing as how you're not monetized and you regularly rip other people's content and put it out as your own, you're not going to do that. It's hard to create generational wealth on YouTube because that's not how YouTube is built.
He said generational wealth.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I remember hearing him say that. Yeah, no, he said that. Yeah. And the thing is, he doesn't. What's a good word for it? There are delusions of grandeur, right?
And also not knowing what words mean. Like to make generational wealth, you have to do things like sell insurance or sell real estate and things like that. There's ways to do that, but like
if he was making Mr. Beast type money doing this, sure, generational wealth. Good story. But it's like I could go to his page right now and he probably made a few hundred views for his videos for today, or if he released a video today. And it's like you're creating generational $10, maybe a 5 spot. Like you're not making any type of wealth that actually matters. And now that he's demonetized, it's like you're definitely not making anything now.
Let's let KFAR continue playing.
Oh God. Oh God, here we go.
How about getting your kids? How about that? What's that?
How about that?
I'm not trying to make this about kids, Jerry. Like, only weird people make shit about kids. It's very bizarre when people bring up kids. It's very bizarre.
I'm not making it about
Whoa,
kids.
whoa,
I'm making it
whoa,
about
whoa,
your
whoa, whoa,
kids.
whoa! Hold on.
Says the
whole
guy
reason
who
why we're
wants
here
kitty
is because
pics.
the statement you made in this chat about kitties.
About
Make
pussy
that make
pictures?
sense. Oh yeah, right.
And I've been and what's weird is like Loopy knows because I've asked. Like I can show you guys screenshots. I mean, if Loopy's cool with it, you know what I mean. Like I don't normally go around sharing my private conversations with other
I'm
folks.
good
But
with not seeing your private anything.
if Loopy is good with it, Loopy,
I'm
are you
good with
good
not
with?
seeing anything private of yours.
Is
Thank you.
Loopy good? Is Loopy good with me sharing her sharing?
Again, I just wanted to throw this out here real quick. Remember what this entire thing was about. He invited him up to further explain his comment.
What?
And
And
this is
let
where
me
we're
say
at.
something. Let me say something right fast. Like I was in the military for a long time. I've been on submarines, service ships. I've been in Guantanamo Bay and all this kind of stuff. I've said we have dark humor, like fucking horrible dark humor. Never, ever, ever in my mind would I ever think to even create a comment that he did here, ever.
So in my head, he's probably talking about the old vagine pics. But with that being said, I would never say anything that people would even possibly be able to make if they took it out of
Misinterpret,
context.
yeah. Misinterpret, yeah.
And Josh seems to only make those comments in general.
The sending a blank pic in exchange for a kitty pic, you're getting into some gray areas that are just kind of like, I don't know.
Too gray for even me.
Sounds kind of like you're asking for a thing that, yeah, too gray. Very, very gray.
Well, and my question is this: so if we're going to like examine this, right? He says sending this kind of pic in exchange for this kind of pic, right? So my question is that did she ask for that kind of pic, or are you just sending it willy nilly?
Yeah. Or is he just creating a list and spam posting little pee pics?
Right.
Well,
yeah.
Actually, no. I think it's worse than that.
Go on.
It almost seems like he was expecting something.
Yes.
In exchange for something he did. Like he sent something. He sent a picture of his flute and was expecting a return payment in terms of a KITTY pick. And we all know it's not a cat.
It's more like a half kazoo is what he was sending. So,
well, I was generous. So, what are we to assume from this? Was he making an exchange? I send you a picture of my little flute, and I get a pic of quote unquote kitty. However, whatever.
It also depends who he was talking to. Was he talking to a random person in chat, or was he talking to Jeffrey Sutton? You know what I'm saying?
Well, my thing is this. My thing is, I think what he does is this, right? He thinks that he is like a shock jock, like we talked about earlier, right? Like he says outlandish crap, and because the thing is that he's one of those guys that never even had an opportunity to send any kind of like sexual pics to any females. Now, granted, I do know that he has kids, and that there was an aspect where at some point in time he had, the beast with two backs with some female, but the aspect of him actually being able to be that person that once again, we're seeing a projection of things that he wishes he was, right? That he wishes he was a guy who actually met somebody and they had exchanged fucking, naughty pictures.
No,
when
yeah.
in the actuality of it, he never did. Like, this is once again, a projection of another failure in his life, right? Like he can never be that guy. He's like, look at the guy's face, right? No one's gonna walk up and be like, God, man, I just wish I was with a guy like that, you know? No woman's gonna be like, oh, he's just out of my league, and I'm almost swipe left on fucking Tinder because there's no way he would ever want me, right? And so it's just once again another projection of his failure in life, and I'm not a psychologist, but I mean it's pretty blatantly obvious, I think.
And again, back to my thesis, it all comes back to psychology, right?
Oh, yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
I said this on KTZ stream. I've said this with you, KFARR. We've all talked about this. It's all psychology. These guys are living in a psychological, like, continuum, or I don't know, like circular vacuum. I don't know what you want to call it, but like they're all stuck. Like they literally are. Like not all of them are there. Some of them are victims of it and they need help. Some of them are people who are like, oh, this ideology will get me out of the bullshit that I just did and I'll be great. And then they come to find out, no, their car got towed. Now they're in jail. So there's that. But like, this is a psychological problem that needs to be looked at and addressed, and it's not being looked at or addressed. It's not being fixed.
Well,
it's just not.
The original vintage says, what woman on earth would consider BSBT an attractive person who is relationship material? Probably the same type of woman that thought that Glenn Serio was good enough to have a kid with.
Well, if you want the skinny, Josh's first baby mama, I guess, was fresh out the old clink. So like she wasn't exactly like.
That makes sense. Gotcha. That makes sense.
And the second one is like 20 years younger than him, and was in a kind of shit situation.
Oh, so he took advantage of people who were in dire straits. I get you. No, it makes sense.
I didn't say it.
I'll say it. I'll fucking say it. BSBT, if you out there, you won't come talk to yourself, Bubba, you let me know, man. You can come to Texas anytime you want.
Look,
God.
BSBT, if you're out there, you might have something that you could fix, or just something we could talk about. But it'd be really cool and fun if you came here and talked about it.
No way Glenn Serio has a kid. Yeah, he has a kid.
Oh no, he has a kid, and
he's got a son. Yeah.
Yeah, and
so that just proves that anybody can have children.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
There's literally someone for everyone.
And it also proves that, like,
at least for one moment in time,
I have a very good vomit reflex because just the fact that he has a kid.
Well, we've all seen the National Geographic channel with walruses mating. I have to assume it's something like that.
No, the fact that there is another Glenn Serio on the planet.
I hope that his kid that got all of the traits from the mother.
He doesn't have any contact with him, from what, if I remember correctly. I think Frauder Troll talked about this and a couple others. Like he doesn't have any contact with him, and the kid just exists. He does not have like any contact with him because Glenn is like, obviously like getting arrested all the time. At least he used to, right? Before his, I guess he got on his meds or whatever. And he's not being as bad now. But so but he does have a child out there.
Hope Glenn teaches him how to sweep the leg.
Motherfucker, stop watching Karate Kid.
All right. Let's do this for a little longer and listen to Josh get shit on, and then I got to go to bed.
Well, we gotta make it a 3 hour.
It's weird. Like I said, the psychological experiment is weird because Loopy's down there convincing you that
don't try to pull that bird shit, man. You ain't fucking bird. Don't try to pull that.
I wait.
I'm doing a psychological operation. Fuck you.
No.
You ain't
I'm not
doing
saying. I'm not saying
psychological
I'm
shit.
doing.
The only
I'm not
thing that's
saying I'm doing.
psychological about you is your head.
Well,
Yeah,
if I
I'm
could
not
chime
saying
in,
I'm
head.
doing the
if I could chime
psychological
in for
experiment.
just a second, you know,
I'm involved in the
I'll just
psychological
say this:
experiment.
if I made this sort of comment, right, and I was referring to a lady's part, right, instead of what I'm assuming it was, or at least I assumed it was, I would be quicker than a cat can lick its ass to reiterate what I actually meant. Like I don't
Loopy
want
knows.
anybody to ever think that I would say that about kids.
Oh
And
yeah, I
that's
would
the
never
whole.
say that about kids. Hey, Loopy knows what I'm talking about. What's up, Burns?
What about the psychological experiment about not being a fucking dad? How about that?
What do I know about? Let's talk it out.
Hey, babe.
Let's talk it out.
Babes, when am I getting my kitty pics?
When did I promise kitty pics?
Have I asked you for
sick.
have I asked you for your kitty pics?
Answer me first.
Josh
No,
doesn't answer
babe.
questions.
You always get
Well,
what you
then-
need first.
Why is he
You
calling you
always
babe?
get what you need first.
He thinks it's disparaging because I call him Schmoopy, so he calls me babe.
This is my babe, AC.
Did I promise you kitty pics?
This is like group therapy right now, and
Did I
like
promise you kitty pics?
Does it give you chills when he calls you
You-
babe? I mean, like
you never promised
that?
them to me, but I did
So
say
now I
it.
see why
Thank you. At least you owned it. At least you owned it. Thank you.
Wait, say what?
How did this actually happen on stream? Like, what the fuck?
Debo's Nation, what's up, bud? Yeah, this is like the most obscure live streams. This crazy shit always happens. Again, I don't have a crazy amount of people watching right now because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I have 54 people.
Yeah. No.
This stream lifetime has 52 views. So it's like the most obscure streams on the most obscure channels are like, yes, let's have Josh up and just let's record Josh being Josh. And this is what happens. And it's hilarious to me.
KFARR,
What did you walk into?
KFARR, I hope you break this up, make it to a nice little video, you know, in that like 24-minute category, because Josh just needs to be exposed in all the best ways.
Yeah, Josh is Josh. I've come to terms with Josh being Josh. What's it called? That's why people are like, why do you keep covering Josh? I'm like, because he keeps doing dumb things.
Dude, he's so dumb. He shows up on other creators' channels. He showed up on Law Talk with Mike. Like,
well, and one thing people don't realize, right? And that's like why people cover others so much and the craziness that they do, right? So honestly, it's the way YouTube works. And what I mean is that, so say for example that Josh did a stream where he was going after the cop, right? And calling him like a thief and this and third, and somebody's like, man, that actually sounds kind of right. Like, let me go look this guy up, right? When they look him up on YouTube, they're going to get, of course, his channel, but they're also going to get all these videos of people calling him out. And so when people are like, well, you're just obsessed with this guy, well, what people are actually doing is giving an alternative view to the batshit bullshittery that these people are putting out there as truth, right? And they'll say, okay, well, then there's a video. This is a video of him doing this, and this is a video of people reacting to him. And oh my God, the things that these people are saying is actually like, he's batshit crazy. Maybe I won't follow in his footsteps, right? And that's the reason why these reaction channels, well, for the most part, done for entertainment, clicks and views, be it Fraud or Troll yourself or Dummy Kruger or whoever, right? They're actually kind of important because it gives an alternative view to the people out there who may be considering a soft sit way of life or a frauditor way of life, right? And I think it actually works toward the benefit of humanity in that aspect. I'm not saying humanity as a whole, but humanity as far as this small side of YouTube. And so it needs to be done by those who have the time to dedicate to it. And
no, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh God. I
So
forgot
what we're
how this
saying
even
is,
started. I forgot how this even started with Josh. He like randomly found me at like a few thousand subscribers and was like, "Oh, we should do something together." Blah blah blah, and it's like, "Nah, I'm good, thanks." Oh
But
God.
KFARR, he wanted to get you back in that van with him and Wolfie, right?
Yeah, he wants me to get stumped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he wants you. He wants you to ask for them shuttle bay doors though.
oh man, imagine the road trip, KFARR,
It'd be
in the
bumpy.
van with Wolby
And BSBT.
and BSPT.
I'm gonna stop before I say some things that are like wildly inappropriate, but you know.
You know what?
Bob, it all started with Josh's
I think Tones can animate that. I think if we go to Tones overthinks it, he might be able to animate that and make that into a thing.
We're down a dark rabbit hole right now. Is where we are. I like it.
Aren't yeah? I was going to say, aren't those the best rabbit holes to be?
Oh, it's like I gotta tell people, like, get your mind out of the gutter and into the sewer with the rest of us. Right? Don't limit yourself on how dark you can go.
I'm just so confused because like I don't think any of us would talk like Josh is on the internet or like in general.
God, no.
And he thinks it's completely normal.
You know why I don't talk like that? Because I like women.
Well, I don't talk like those people because I have common respect for the human race. Like,
and an IQ above 60, 0.5?
0.65. Like,
yeah, there we go. Yeah, give him a fraction. Let's do it.
These guys are like really dumb. Like,
yeah, they're not like a little dumb. They're like
a lot dumb. But like, no, like KFARR, you got a great opportunity. Like, I already gave you one opportunity tonight. I'm gonna give you another video opportunity. Do a skit video.
About this?
A BSBT skit video.
Oh, Parsons. That hurts my brain.
It's just a lot of grossness. All right, let's go for like a few more minutes and then I'm going to bed. I've given up on this. This is
this has been it's been a train wreck of fun, is what it is.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
See, I own my shit. I own my shit, yo. I own my shit. I answer for my fucking shit. I clarify.
Do you mind if I steal your premise of your show and just use this as my show now? Like.
Yeah, it'd be way better, Cass. It'd be an improvement. Anything could be an improvement from what you've got going on over there.
I'm just saying shit. So I've been watching some of your videos, and I quite enjoy what you do, sir.
Oh, that's
see, this is one of those times where we break away from our normal, like, fuck you entertainment, the Jerry Springer shit, just to call out somebody for being a fucking retard or an
Jerry,
or
Jerry. Didn't you go record with like child molesters, AC?
Josh, how long did it take you to actually send the dick pic? I mean, my God, I finally broke you down. It only took like 2 days.
Wait, pause.
I sent you a lineup. Where you could pick my dick out of the lineup.
How long did it take you to send the dick pic? Jerry. All the stuff we just heard right there. If you heard like that last, I don't know, 60 seconds, and you think, yeah, those are the people who I want to follow, which I don't think anyone in your following would ever want to do. But like, if you heard that, why would you follow these people? They're insane.
If I started talking like Josh is talking, I'm pretty sure everyone would leave. Like every subscriber I had would leave. I would probably have one subscriber left, and it would be Josh, who just subscribed to me. But Josh thinks this shit's like normal.
Yeah, no, he does,
Yeah.
and it's sad and sick.
But like, am I not wrong? Like, if that last little clip you played, was that not like insanity to any normal person? Like any normal person. I mean, let it play, but like, good Lord, that was insane. Like,
Tried to send fake dick pics, and I asked for proof of life. And what'd you put on? What'd you put underneath that cock for me?
fucking fake.
The infamous lions sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Hey.
God. How
And
could
if I've made promises, show the promises, show the
I
Facebook
didn't.
messages.
But you didn't.
For the proof of life photo, he showed his little PP and his Court Lions shirt. The Lions shirt that he wears to every court appearance. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Jesus Christ.
You didn't make promises,
Come on,
babe.
Schmoopy.
You didn't make promises. You didn't
Good.
make you always get what you need, and then I
But
never
do you
get what I
see?
need. You know
But
what I
do you
mean?
see
Like I
how
never get
all of
what
your
I
bullshit,
need.
you dug
And
your own grave today?
Right now, you
because
guys-
you
I'm a
couldn't even
man.
get your
I'm a-
words right.
I'm a man. I have needs with you, babe.
With
Hey.
me?
Wow, that's pretty sickening.
Yeah, how about the needs
What do
of
you
your
need?
fucking kids, man? How about the needs
Wait.
of your fucking kids?
What do you need from me? What do you need? How can I help you
Wait,
today?
wait.
You know what I would like.
Oh my goodness.
I don't
Really,
read
dude?
minds. I'm not a.
Yeah.
He says, I have needs with you, babe. Did you hear that?
Unfortunately, I did.
Anyone else? Chat, you guys hear that?
Nope. Not me. I just accept it.
I'm like, holy crap. Like, I am beside myself with this one. Like, that's kind of like, I'm not sure if I should laugh or cry. Like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, I really don't. Like, I really don't know what to do.
Again, this is someone that Josh has never met in real life.
Well, no, I know that. There's no way Josh could meet Guadalupe, but it's like the things he says, it's like, are you real? Like, how can this be real? This cannot be real. All right, let it play out. We'll see what happens. But like at this point, I'm at the point of like, this is like beyond stupid. Beyond stupid.
Omnipotent. Tell me.
Well, you can message me later, babe. You can call me later.
No, I'm not interested. I'd like to have a public conversation. Didn't I offer to help you with your kid issues and DCFS and all that shit? Yes or no?
I don't. I don't.
Yes,
remember.
I know.
Everybody
You do.
offers to help.
You
Everybody offers
do.
to help me. Everybody
You
offers.
know I
to help
did.
me.
I shared screenshots that I did. So did
Yeah,
you.
but I'm a sick fuck. Why would you offer me help? I'm a sick fuck.
Because that's what I do. I'm a nurse. I get people help.
I'm a
I
sick
offer
Are
to
you a nurse?
help you.
Yeah, people come in sick and then they come out.
How do I know you're a nurse? Where do you work?
At a hospital.
Right. Which hospital? How do I verify that you're a nurse?
Oh, that
Well,
she
you
don't
don't
want
need
you
to.
showing up.
I don't need
Guacamole,
to.
guacamole. I can
I don't-
verify guacamole being a nurse by asking this to guacamole. You ready? This is a little trivia.
Give it to me.
What is pneumothorax?
That's a collapsed lung.
There you go. She's a nurse.
And if it's a hemopneumo, it's a bloody collapsed lung.
There you go.
Good nurse.
If it's a spontaneous pneumo, it's going to be dry as fuck from a cough.
Yes.
Anything else?
Some
Give it to
name.
me.
How
You
about
want to
this?
talk
How
about
about
intra-aortic balloon pumps?
one more,
What are we
Lupe.
doing?
One more, Lupe. We'll do one more for you. Okay, you ready?
Okay, I'll try.
What is a peri pad?
A peri pad. That's going to be a lap pad, an absorption pad. No?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
There you go. She's the fucking awesome nurse. What the fuck?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay,
Like,
so
hold on.
where do you
Didn't
work?
want, hold on.
Lupe?
Even if she didn't like she wasn't a nurse.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with giving someone information to get themselves some help? Like,
Where's
she's
the
literally
iliac
saying,
crest?
"Hey,
What if I was a social worker?
But do you
Where's
realize
the
the whole
iliac crest
point?
located, Lupe?
I'm sorry, say that again.
The
I missed
iliac
it.
crest.
What about it? That's your hips. That's your
There
pelvic
you go.
bone. That's your pelvic
Bam.
girdle.
You win.
Okay, so
And the iliac crest is actually where you get bone marrow aspiration from.
Right.
All day.
Hey.
Keep it going.
Ding, ding,
This is
ding,
easier
ding,
than
ding.
Mugshot Monday.
Survey said.
hold on. What about dick pic lineup? Like, Tuesday. Wait, what is today? Today is Friday, right?
still
Fuck.
talking about his dick."
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, no. Wait. I'd just like to bring this back to the point of Lupe knew precisely what I was talking about in this comment, yet she didn't manage to correct you. She wanted to deceive you today, Kat.
Lord.
Wow, today of all
She-
days.
First of all,
Yeah, but
I
you
have
still
blocked
haven't
and didn't even
clarified,
see
but-
your comments.
Broken
Lupe,
News,
okay, but you see it now, right?
yourself has it,
Lupe,
but
you see it
haven't
now,
clarified
right?
this yet.
Yes, I
Lupe,
see it
you
now.
see it now, right? What is that comment talking about right now, Lupe?
I don't know. You made the comment. Tell me what it's talking about.
But we were just talking about it just a second ago, so you know what I was talking about.
Burns has clarified it, but you haven't clarified
Yeah,
it.
it's your
Oh,
comment.
I know,
You should
I know
clarify.
precisely what I meant.
But what
Okay,
did
well,
you
tell
mean?
us.
And so does Lupe, and we just discussed it. And anybody that can't connect the
I'm
dots,
omnipotent now. I
I
can
feel-
read your brain, and I know
But
what you're
now
trying to
kind of
say.
sounding like
Okay.
what you're sounding like it's KFARR
All right.
right now. When
All
I was
right.
asking
now I
KFARR
have to break out. Now I have to break out my dictionary
Pause.
and look up
Pause.
fucking omnipotent. Fuck,
I'm
come on,
just-
Lupe.
It means knowing all. Omnipotent is the fancy
Pause,
word
pause,
for a
pause.
know-it-all.
Oh well, then that
God.
describes
Only
you, Lupe.
gods are omnipotent.
Yes.
First of
Did
all,
someone here say pause, or did someone there say pause?
I said pause. They called you out.
Yeah,
You're like,
Tats is
"Oh."
under the impression that I have never answered questions about anything when I've been answering questions for like 4 months.
Yeah, no, you answered all the questions. Like you,
And I asked you questions directly, and I'm friends with Stone Vet and all this kind of stuff. And I go on his panel, and the funny thing is that he was like, well, I know you think differently about KFARR than I do. And I'm like, yeah, bro, have your own opinion. But KFARR, we were on here one time, and I asked you some questions of things I'd heard, and you answered them like straight out. So fuck them.
Yeah, he
Also-
goes on a rant about me.
Guadalupe guacamole, or I just call her guac. She owned them. Like she was on point, right?
And I just want to say something right fast to BSBT, because I know he's watching, right?
Yeah, it probably is.
It's Lupe, Guadalupe.
Yeah,
not
Guadalupe.
Lupe. There's no I at the end of that. It's an E.
Yeah.
You dumb motherfucker. It's Lupe.
Or just say guac. Just say guac.
It just hurts my ears when I hear him say it. Like, as a linguist who also is fluent in Spanish, it just hurts my ears. Everything he says hurts my ears, but that really just hurt my ears.
Yeah, but it's just say guac. It's so much easier. Like if you have to, if you can't do the whole thing. But like that little sequence right there was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Loved it.
Right. I think it might be time for me to go to bed.
We hit the 3 hour mark on your 1 hour live, so yeah.
Yeah.
You are such a coward.
Yeah, I'm. I have things. I have to rebuild my office tomorrow.
You're such a bitch.
So I'm trying to. And my watch is going to yell at me at 2:00 and tell me that I need to go to bed. That's the timer, the thing I set. My bedtime is 2:00 in the morning, and my watch lets me know.
Nice.
All right, buddy. All chat. Remember, KFARR is afraid of his watch.
I am. She yells at me in a, what is it, New Zealand accent. It's very intimidating.
Nice.
I did that to my GPS once. Like we had the back when the GPSs were like brand new. You got like they're like, hey, what accent do you want to have? I was like, oh, Australian. So I had an Australian GPS. It was weird, but it worked. It works. It really does. That weird accent really kind of like,
It's just something different.
yeah, it gets your attention, right? Get your attention. All right. Well, KFARR, thank you very much. Chad.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for having me up, Bubba. Chat, y'all have a good night and Merry Christmas to those that celebrate. And so,
Yep. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Unlike Vegas Vips and BSBT, the rest of us have loved ones, and so we won't see you guys on Christmas.
No, I will be.
I'm gonna try not to stream that day.
I will be decidedly unengaged. I will be elsewhere.
I'll be with my family doing stuff. So, and I feel bad, like, if you're out there and you don't have family or whatever for Christmas. I mean, Christmas is a hard time of year for people. Don't get me wrong. So don't take anything I'm saying about BSBT and Vegas Vips about anybody else who doesn't have, people around them or whatever. It's a hard time of year. Just do me a favor, and if you're having a hard time because it's a hard time of year, reach out to somebody. Do me a favor. All right.
Also, if you're one of those guys or gals who are downrange and you're not at home, we'll be praying for you. Okay?
Yeah, always.
All right.
Because I've been there. I've been there.
All right. Good night, chat. KFARR, thanks for having me up as always. And Weapons, it was nice to talk to you. So y'all have a good night.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Nice talking to you. And everybody, have a good night.